not close to the BART using the buff thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I've used it, and I got it on the other side of the map.
it explains why I usually see just one person run to the stone.
Yeah. It's nice quality of life. It's just we didn't expect it. Are you unlocking the map, Seth?
Yeah, I also want to check for that's
Yeah.
survey points. 26 level.
If I remember correctly,
Yo.
Tell me.
I think one of them is there, but that is like on the either on the very start of a level 20. So it's either there or a little bit further in.
I have a feeling that there should be some easy to access survey point for me, just for, you know, the quest and this location. Just I haven't found it yet.
I think there's one in the castle thingy that's like behind us, but I don't know exactly where. I just remember seeing one of them on stream there.
Just for those who want to.
I mean, you want to join?
Are there like
Yep,
things
that's why I'm
where
here.
Are there things where I can like post spoilers? Do we have like a channel for that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where is it?
We'll do this fate time in and invite you.
I can't find it. Where is spoilers?
Do I just enter or do I wait out here?
You can
yeah.
try to enter, get in the same instance as Via, but it's like, you know, not guaranteed.
I'll wait out here then, if it's not guaranteed.
I'll post it in guides.
Thanks.
There you go.
Be on the left. And be on the right. How did that happen? Oh, Jesus. Whatever.
Oh, drink of waters.
What do the
Right,
stars mean on the on this map? Are these like ones you're supposed to get?
That's where they all are, I think. Let me have a look, because I just quickly found it and was like, this is probably something people want to see. Oh, I think the stars are the ones you need. Wait a minute, there's a survey point here, so it's not all of them. Like I look at it where the 2 is, but there's also one to the left and then up. There's always also a survey point there.
Maybe this isn't a complete map then.
The numbered survey points are required for the quest, the Ruined Land, Common Threat, and Postland quest. So it's just for the quests.
Ah.
That makes more sense. I already saw a map where everything was like all survey points, what puzzles you needed just to fill out your thingy or conquest. You're outside, right, Tammy?
Yeah.
And I'm outside. I'm going outside as well. I was already like AFKing for a bit.
Alright, fate's done. Turning. Ooh, I got the Dimati. Yeah,
Nice.
or like.
Yeah, I can't believe we have to collect 18 of these fuckers. Oh, it's ridiculous.
I mean, I already have one stone that I have 4 times.
Oof.
Yeah, same.
What am I gonna do with that?
I got my first one just now.
Eat it, eat it.
Nom 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 nom. Oh no, I ate one too much. back to 6
You'll
hours.
get it another time.
Back to 6 hours of farming.
You know, guys, I think I know what's going on with the party. I guess because this big battlefield counts as a duty, there is an outside party, you know, as in usual, for example, tell me, I will tell you. In
Did you
raids, for example, yeah, you have an outside party, and when you go inside, you have an inside party. If someone is leaving from the duty, inside party became smaller, but outside party still stays. You know what I mean?
Does this mean I need to... What? Why? How?
But what happens then if like the leader goes out?
Where is everyone?
Does the
If leader-
leadership then transfer, or is it still the same leader? And can the leader just go out, get one person, and go back in, like have two, like next person?
Good question. No idea. Probably they can. Why did you just leave?
Because I can't see anyone.
But you were in the party.
Yeah, we were in a party, yes.
And
Like,
I didn't see anyone.
I didn't
You're
see two.
probably in the like another instance. I cannot invite you now.
Oh, you said we're going outside, so I was going outside.
Yeah, we are outside. Why did you
Yeah.
leave outside party?
I am so confused right now.
just invite him back. Right, ready to go in?
Yeah.
I'm in a second. I'm checking who else accepted the event and is online. Like Yala.
Yalla's not online.
You checked already, yeah?
Yeah, I'm have to build a
Alright.
page over.
Then we can go in and then just go out if they
People join, yeah.
because they have history.
I mean, not many people joined yesterday,
Ah.
so...
So it's so confusing that you need to queue the party in and then also press commands. This is so...
Yeah. You also have to refresh them both again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had a,
No, I
I
didn't
had
do
a
it.
feeling when I saw STB level 20.
What?
Also,
It's-
Tommy, we found out that we only have to do the buff like on the stone, and you get it throughout the entire world.
So the Romeo
See.
buff we tried yesterday with the bar that we couldn't figure out, it just...
Did we go to? Yeah, okay, we do. We are on the hunt to the critical engagements. 1 minute.
I'm going to the fate because I won't be in time for critical.
I'm gonna try it. I think we have a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be there in time. Because I stupidly went the long way.
I heard someone say I go to the Faith, and I went there as well. Rain is refusing to work with critical engagements.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get there in 20 seconds.
It's gonna be close for me, but I think I might make it.
I'll just go to the fate.
Yeah, I made it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting when people from the critical engagement will
perfect.
go into critical
Hey.
engagement.
You wanna
Hello.
join in as well?
Yo,
Yeah, I'm on my way, I'm just logging in.
Cool.
nice.
Ah, hell yeah.
Eh.
Yo, Ellen.
Yeah, Rupert, we will invite you when critical engagement will be finished. I guess this will happen. Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine, Aileen. I guess this will happen.
Control.
Oh, okay, it's already in. I want to try.
If you can join us now because we are in.
Okay. I mean, it's
No, I
just
want to try 3
No.
people's fate.
We're just from
I see.
Volcones and the orbs.
Ah, sorry.
Oh, 40 points. Paladin joined it. Doing great, Tammy.
By the way, can somebody rest in this fate kid?
If you die, you die.
Uh-huh.
to be in the instance? Or...
You can try to go in and get into the same instance as we are, but if you are not lucky, we will need to go out and invite you. By the way, here we can try this thing about, you know, me just leaving the instance and inviting one person to the...
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
they get in our instance.
So, you know, actually, when you try to join some instance without some people, like everyone being in the world, like for example, some deep dungeons, yeah, there are things like this in deep dungeons, usually says that everyone must be like in the location, so I guess something similar would happen.
Or just extract some material from it.
Thanks for you, Mr. Bird. I have my dance shoes on. Oh, we have a summoner at least that's present.
Nice. Oh, fuck!
Yep, same.
These
Oh,
orbs
I
need
know,
to go
I know.
away.
Just
there's
40%, so
a white
it's
beach
okay.
around as well.
Good. I was gonna say, we are at 40%, so it's gonna take a while before I can get there.
So I've got Chrono Trigger music playing, I'm having a good time.
Nice. Having a good time is important.
Doesn't seem as laggy as it did towards the end of yesterday.
Yeah, holy hell.
That was
bad
this- that
yesterday.
was
It's been an hour, I
That
think.
was this morning.
Seems
It-
alright
it-
so far.
It went on from basically when you guys left for about 4 to 6 hours more of that.
Oof.
Yeah, it was practically unplayable towards the end.
The whole
Yeah.
game was unplayable. Even doing roulettes was like laggy as hell.
The only thing
Really?
the only thing I could say was I learned all
that's-
the mechanics thanks to it.
Yeah, that one with the spinny AoEs. That
Yeah,
was
I got it.
undoable. That was impossible. The lag.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh god. How am I dodging
No
all this
worries,
shit?
Aiden.
And the orcs are going to have it.
It seems good. People are jumping around and they're not hovering on this.
Hmm?
It's crazy. 'Cause there's a lot of people here.
Oh yeah, there are a lot.
That's good stuff.
Also, can someone figure out how we find the dinosaur mount? So,
Dinosaur now?
yeah,
It's
Gotta-
probably from the pots.
the Brachiosaurus one. No, because
Oh.
some people said the pots is the shark one.
Oh.
It can be both, to be honest. It's shark mount!
Yeah, shark mount. The shark with 2 legs.
Yeah, the big shark. We have seen it
I've
multiple times already.
Yeah, I've seen one person rub
They
it.
said it's from a random chest apparently.
Fuck! Why am I stuck?
Because balls stop.
I'm dead.
Stop touching balls then.
Critical engagement is almost done. Okay, nice, it's done.
We're at the same time though, basically.
Are you guys at
It's one
Sorry,
person.
Matthew.
Are you,
Turn
are you out?
Yeah, I'm outside.
I'm already getting snapshotted. Brilliant.
how far is the fate?
Fate is done.
Wow.
Oh, you guys are done.
Yeah, we have 2 white.
Do I
beasts
need to
picking-
come to West
No,
Tommy?
people are picking them up.
Okay.
So what was this about the alchemist? Is that like you said
Yeah.
that's what the potions are for?
Yeah, the potion. The chemists use the
I'm so
potions.
glad I didn't waste so many coins on the potions then. Because I was like, why are they not
I'll
working?
actually go back to
I have already gone like through 200k worth of potions, just because it's like free banner and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's a free benediction.
Yeah, I don't have the alchemist unlocked though, so
And
it's
you're-
basically useless for me.
You have basically four buttons. You have Bene, then a full MP, then you have a free res, and then you have the AoE group heal, but all of them take potions.
Yeah, I can't go
Okay, we all-
inside when
Right,
you are
let's all head back out then.
Yes.
Everybody outside. Okay. My game was like, no, you have to wait because I need to sync your knowledge level now.
Mm.
Fucking. Can I load it, please, first? Why am I in my warrior here? I want to be West Colin, so. Where did I say?
Oh. I tried to press right, but I can just click.
Warrior and Scholar science look too much alike.
3 commands. I mean, I guess I'll try to get to the fate. It's pretty close by.
Nice. What level are you now, Est?
20.
He's 20.
God damn.
I'm done.
Is 20 the maximum?
And I hope so.
Oh, critical fate.
Critical, yeah.
Because I'm still loading it.
Bike squad, move out.
I'm not on my bike.
Oh, this is
Atreus.
the rage one. The rage doggy.
Oh, this was actually really fun.
This one also
I got
gives,
the tutor, by the way. Tutor was good.
Yeah, Turtle was everyone liked Turtle. This one also drops notes, apparently. The rage dog.
Ah, rip. Okay.
I'll come and get
I
you.
died. Can someone rest me?
I would prefer.
Oh, there's
to,
a vessel. There's a vessel.
I was like, I prefer not to be synced up if I have to go and get people. Because then I don't aggro things.
Damn, that map for the more mount speed, it makes a difference.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
Where'd you get that? Oh no.
30,000 silver.
I have 1,300 more.
Now you just can buy it in the base.
I'm saving up the silver for the
Have to do it
airship.
where we get back there at some point.
Yeah, I want the airship first too. I made it.
Grim?
I'm staying over here away from all the enemies. Is that the airship on there? The big massive.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, it's huge.
It is big, but it's also just really cool.
And it's also a 3-person map.
Free deal. Hey,
Yeah, me and 2 others. Yeah, I should probably swap classes.
Alright, yeah, for 1 minute, I'll be right back.
Back to chemist.
I was like, hey, is that pink Rathalos? But no, it's just the lighting.
It's red Rathalos in language. Is that like a rule in Monster Hunter?
Oh god, Monster Hunter, isn't it like is it a silver Rathalos or is it silver Rathian? I'm like,
You can get an Azure Rathalos, which is a blue one, and then a silver Rathalos here.
I thought just when it was red it was actually harder to kill.
It's pink Rathian and gold Rathian.
yeah, I've got to play that at some point because the new Street Fighter update came out for it.
Alright, I'm back.
Back.
I believe to start this is actually probably where I'm going to die the most.
Yeah.
When it starts repeating itself, it's a bit easier.
Yeah.
Hello, Artorias.
Yeah, that's just blatant Artorias.
This shit stands off.
Oh, this is also eating now. Nice.
Go to the axe side.
surprised my game is holding up.
Fine. Get to the edge of the circle. So right after
Is
you
it
land,
where?
it's an in. No, right after you land, it's an in.
It's easy.
Dude, chill.
Same with the big circles, it's an in right after. Other big one,
Ah, they go in on size. I see. I see.
and then the small one.
Schmor.
Remind me to
That's
turn on
random. This is random explosions.
level sync thingy. This one. Can't do it.
Backside. Wait for the first explosion, then move it. Wait for the first explosion, then move it.
Is it always X side or there is another
Yeah,
version?
his sweep is always outside.
It's just this till the end of the fight, really.
Yep.
There's the entire boss.
I think so, yeah.
Practically. Yeah, you've seen everything.
Lol.
Yeah, we'll just do the jumping thing again.
We need to just start dealing more damage over time or something. It's rage build up.
No, it's this mix now.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah, I didn't see where he was going.
Okay, lost in the sauce. No.
The cheese is under the sauce!
Bro, okay, that is just not doable for most people.
How the
probably.
fuck did I live there?
Ah!
I mean, I've been asked. Oh, fuck that. I have to bet on myself.
To be honest, I'm mostly just Resident Evil and trying to do the fight correctly. That's my entire thing.
I like to see it as like a raid. It's cool to just learn as and do it and like rest people and like I also use betting on like people that are really low that are not even in. It's just because I think it's nice to do. I wonder.
Nice.
Knowledge level increased.
Level 13.
I'm gonna try going to the
Other one, yeah.
Pods,
I just
yeah.
return and then use
I
the.
will try pods as well.
Oh yeah, this one also drops Berserker Shard.
If you're lucky, yeah? Yes.
If you're lucky, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get shit.
I got the note for it.
Ah yes, the catastrophes.
Oh, anti-premium.
Oh fuck. Wait, why are we splitting up?
You're heading.
Rupert,
you're
we're
both-
going to the.
You were going
We're
to
going
the
pots.
There's
pots,
still
right?
engagement now?
I was
It's
just
pots.
following
We're already too late.
There's no critical engagement. Wait.
Pots are critical engagement time.
Yeah.
Same color, basically.
I mean, it also has the logo on the overworld as split engagement, or at least very similar.
Yeah, and these also drop can drop nodes.
Man, the others did not waste any time.
Oh, the Fate one, yeah. Fate's already done
Fate
then.
was at 60%. Not good. Let's see. Yep,
Ooh, I got another materia.
we can go and look for
Man,
the pots
your
now.
luck is unbelievable.
All
Right
of the
now, yes,
magic
it
I'm
is.
pot.
going to the
Okay,
north.
Far,
what
far
is
to
it
the
about
east.
the magic pot? Okay.
So you look at right underneath your timer, you have that little magical elixir button.
Uh-huh.
You click it, and it tells you where to go. And where it is, it drops either a bronze, silver, or a gold copper.
No, wait a second. Once more. Where do I supposed to see
So
the
right
buff-
under the timer of how long Occult Crescent is still up, there should be like pot of plunder with a magical elixir next to it.
In the quest log.
Ah, quest log.
Yeah, the duty log. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
When you click it, then it says like far, far, or near.
Uh-huh.
Far is mount distance. Far is like in between, and if it's near, it's like a few steps usually.
Oh, come on, critical engagement
I
now.
need this one because that's on my quest.
I mean, I was just going to
This
do
is why I
pots.
don't like doing pots. Because you miss out on the other stuff.
You can do them. Your pot will just die in the first AoE that is cast.
Wow.
I need this for my quest, so fuck you, Mr. Pot.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Southeast.
But yeah, I know from in Eureka you needed the gold chests, and then you had a 1 in 3 chance if you had a gold chest to basically get them out. If it's exactly the same here, I do not know.
Bro, I'm lost. How do I get up here? Do I go through the Wanderer's Heaven?
Where is it pointing for you?
Like somewhere on the left, far west or something.
Oh yeah, you have to go into Crystalline Cavern and then you can go to the west there.
Ah, cavern.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go inside and then
Okay.
there's an entire
Yeah,
underground
sounds
area there. You will probably run into a survey as well. But the moment you hit the survey, you're gonna hit the level 20 area.
Far to the southeast still, Jesus. I mean, I'm already deep inside the level 20 stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna make that critical engagement. I mean, there's a
Uh,
chance.
it's 1 minute.
I haven't
still.
even wanted to do so.
I went east instead of west, so definitely not me.
Now you can have a look to the north of you, Rupert. There's a fate there.
Hey, I found it. Oh, it's a bronze already.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm not making that
I
engagement.
got bronze too. Yep.
There's a fate over here. Who wants to do it?
Yeah, I'll join you at that one.
I got absolute dog shit.
I think so. Found out. Do you have your box?
Not yet.
Because I know it's close.
I'm the
by.
only one here, so
Yeah, I
Suddenly
basically have to
treasure
go
hunting
to
seems
all
easy.
the way to the bottom of the map. This is kind of weird.
Yeah, everyone is probably waiting here for the critical engagement.
Bronze. Okay.
Okay. It's either materia or something else. something else.
Material and ribbons.
Yeah, I got ribbons and material too. From bronze.
5k kill, I think, or something like that as well. So
1k.
1?
Only 1k. So
Voila.
What the fuck is this? Sir?
Oh, poor Soph.
Does someone need to come and get you?
Oh, me? One
Yeah.
more
Yes,
left
you.
now. Ah! Get off me! Fuck you! I wanted the chest! I wanted the... Ah, thank you.
Why is it supposed to do that? Oh, he isn't. He's just looking at me menacingly.
I had to skip the visage point or whatever it's called because there was an enemy on my tail, so now I want to return to this visage point.
Fair enough.
Maybe
I think you should take Tammy and Rupert with you as well, because we don't have that survey point yet, actually.
I don't have it either, but like, it's way too far away from me.
too late. Yeah, I'm already on it to be honest. Or I can.
Me and Rupert are just staring at this fate boss here, and like, we're the only ones here.
Why do I see?
Mm,
Why do I see Giga Flare? Why do I see Giga Flare, sir? Stop it! Stop it!
Thanks for the buff. Hey, we have 2 buffs now. It's the second one. Endure and Fortunate. Fortitude. Damage taken is reduced. Nice.
Let's have an hour of food as well.
Yeah, I should actually refresh my food, so I choose
Yeah,
another
refresh mine.
instead.
I mean, I have popcorn.
Oh, yeah, you have food in real life, cheater.
Yeah.
wow, that's so good.
That's so good of you.
Eating tasty snacks, so rude.
Yes.
I'm on my
He's not
way.
even sharing.
How can I share this over the internet?
Send it in the mail.
Hey, look, we got LB2. Oh. So I've just pulled it.
Yep. Fate's food. Did you pull Soph? Did you pull the boss?
Yeah, she did.
Ah, okay.
That was a mistake.
Mistakes were made.
Ah, I forgot those singles. Boop, 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 boop.
Okay.
Zombification.
Voila, I'm attacking.
Ow, brother.
Guys. Oh.
What? Excuse me?
I mean, it was triple flight, so he did out, then in, and then frontal flip. It's fine. Right.
I just can be right. I'm hitting you, Rupert.
No. Stop it. Okay.
Wow.
What is in this place?
Hey, yo!
Are you seeing us? Jesus Christ.
Oh.
There's nothing
I think
up at the moment.
I've ever gotten one of the things from a fate yet. It's only from
Okay, guys, so you know, just in case, I synced us.
Too good.
Red level.
But we're not on a ship.
Uh,
Wow, that fell flat.
I mean, it was a really bad dad joke. So.
But you're not even know that. If you're hiding the information from us, which
does
Nope.
And your brother.
don't
What the fuck?
don't guys have a dog? So like, can be a dog father. So.
Dog dad.
Okay.
There's a fate in the cave.
Yep.
Also, guys, what's the maximum level for Phantom Jobs?
6. No,
Oh,
6.
6?
Yeah,
Okay.
knowledge level is 20.
So you need the quest for the the raid.
Oh, this boss is.
The white mage just pulled it.
This boss sucks.
Oh, it's the lightning one.
I remember struggling against this one.
It's just hard to figure out if it's like cardinals or intercards.
It's intercardinal for sending non-cardinals. It is. At the moment.
Sound cardinals.
Come on, puppy, keep up.
Oh, it was in those as well. Out.
Thrice come thunder.
Oh,
There's
so
also
it's
an act
expansion.
here.
And again.
I rested him, but he wasn't best. Oh, he's just now.
Ooh, more mobs.
Me,
Why not give you intruder?
I did.
AoE. Store out.
Oh, there's more.
Store.
And intercardinals.
So it's gonna be out and intercard. When he expanding.
We'll go into them when they go off.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Ouch.
better than expanding, because expanding
Oh!
sounds like they're gonna be bigger. Can you tell me?
We know what that move does.
I'm just getting everyone that's on the ground here.
I can't yet.
Okay,
Out
cardinals.
card.
Oh,
How's
what?
intercard?
Apparently.
I was surprised you said the cardinal, but I was like, oh, I'll just trust you. That's okay.
I was standing cardinal when it first went off and I was fine, so I thought,
I don't think it's actually cardinals and intercardinals. I think it's more like slightly clockwise or slightly counterclockwise from cardinals, something like this.
I mean, it's close enough that if you stand on those
Or
positions,
out.
you're fine. At least from my experience so far.
Yeah.
it will get you close enough.
Yeah.
And
Cardinals?
out and card. Expanding first. What we?
Can you get that in?
What we again? Yes. So I can't find where it is. out cardinals.
Yeah.
This is the banish it. And that's in here.
Don't you already have the achievement asked for like rushing 300 people?
I don't know. I don't look at those things.
I see. Okay, I'm just gonna use return, there's nothing else yet. So it's nice to
Okay.
not having to walk back.
I need to go get that map. Riding map.
Riding speed.
There's a fate.
It's here, I think, with the carrion, isn't it? The riding speed.
It gets quieter and quieter with every passing hour.
Yeah.
I tried.
He's just falling into despair. He's like, guys, it's not that hard. Come on, just do it.
No, mostly just asleep. So I keep chugging.
Okay, the AOEs of the balls will grow exponentially, so stay like middle-ish, I guess now. Yeah. Oh, it's already that. Alright.
Bloody hell.
My best window, fuck!
Go return,
Wait, so what are you doing? Oh, there's another fate?
God damn it! Fuck it, I'm just gonna buy the map.
So what are you doing?
A quest.
Ah.
Where would I buy the map? It was in the others, I'm guessing.
Oh, the Brachiosaurus mount is from the hunt. This with nuts. So that's why your dinosaur mount is.
What hunt? Treasure hunt?
No, the nuts.
Fuck.
Nuts hunt.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Fate spools?
Well, just cleaves. Yeah, frontal
So
cleave.
frontal
Very
cleave.
wide one. Very wide. And dead.
So yeah, this one dies almost instant.
I can't seem to find the map.
It's the mount itself, or like if you teleport in right to your right and the carrion thing. Isn't that the one?
Yeah, the one that increases your mount speed.
Yeah,
Where's that one?
should be this one.
I've looked at all the silver ones.
Here it is, Southhorn
said it was
riding
like-
map. It's in others.
Yeah, you said it was like 3,000, right?
Yeah, 3000, Southhorn riding map. It's the third one, and then just go to others, all the way on top.
Ah.
Oh, I just thought it was setting armor.
There's even more stuff there.
That helps.
Oh,
quicker these things.
I'm gonna be farming here for fucking ever.
So you might as well get the mount speed to make it a little bit easier.
Maybe
I should
I
probably not
don't need
have...
that.
Oh fuck, get off me.
I thought there's already a new fate.
Damn,
That's kind of weird how few critical engagements we've seen.
We're just keeping up with me. I don't like this anymore.
We can't hear you at all now anymore. At least I can't.
Yeah, it's very hard to hear. Yes.
I've still got gold.
I put a net and that fate saw that. Yay.
Oops.
I'm not getting any demi-ultimate now. This is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, you won't. It's RG.
Yeah,
Oh.
super RNG. I got nothing yesterday, now today I got 2. I'm like, what?
I only got 3
do,
6
do,
hours.
do, do I want to go to Geralt and like do the quest immediately after I got the first one, or like it's not urgent and I will continue getting more?
You want the Geralt quest so you can have the RNG immediately.
Yeah, like I do have the quest. Do I want to, you know, like
Possibly.
go back to him and give him the first materia for like? Does it give me like increased RNG
Oh,
or
you
anything?
cannot give him any material until you have R18.
Ah,
It's 6 different types, 3 of each.
requisite. Okay, I see. Okay.
The hell?
I realised too late.
Yeah, I turned around too late to give it a call it. It's fine. Don't be in front. Don't be in front.
Gonna ogle
That
you.
look? Or just kill as well.
Yay! I got to do though, but we need 3 anyway, so.
Yeah.
2 blues now.
Stupid part is it goes up to 4 with these.
I really don't get why people always want to run back to like a
Oh,
point. I'm just like, using return is just always, oh, okay, well.
Oh, for goodness sake!
yeah.
Why are all of them
Back
in the
around.
south?
Good question.
Probably
I
because people are-
just hoping to find more chests or vistas on my way to the next point.
It depends where people are farming, where they spawn.
Oh, did we struggle on this one? This one was quite tough. tidal
This
wave
is
thing.
this is
At least I
expanding
struggle
tidal
with this
wave.
one.
It is the water boss. It's not too hard. It's just you need to read the skills that it's using because like it determines whether
Left
it's using
side.
a sweat leaf.
His left. His right.
I just played.
Well, I join and
Ow.
come on, fucking random mob, fucking one shots me. Thank you, Est.
No problem. And out.
Wow, that out is very
It's
quick.
fast, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to crossbars.
Do you have enough time to kill it and go?
It's again in out as well. Oh,
Engagement.
out in. Out. I hate it! Bye bye. I keep messing up the receding ones, he does.
That's heavy, I'm guessing.
So, what did you ask, so?
Do you have enough time to kill this one and go into critical engagement? I think we
Yeah,
do.
easy, easy. Critical engagement is right next to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that probably. Left, his left. And his right. And in. Oh, were those just dropping puddles?
Alright.
I saw it wrong.
Yeah, it's pink itself.
Yeah, then it wasn't in out. Then it
Oh,
was
why
just
did I
dropping
get
puddles.
talked to, but everyone else didn't?
Oh, treasure cover.
Nice.
Ooh.
Made it.
New hairstyle.
You got a hairstyle?
Yeah. From a random
From
cover.
doing the boss.
From
Face.
a random cover.
Oh, random cover, I see.
Just want to go
Which
back.
hairstyle did you get? Both ways. What do you have? So it's just a common one, probably.
I don't have it. Get mine.
This one sucks if I remember. Yeah, it's the fucking ice and fire thing.
Scourge of the Mind. Oh yeah.
You
I've
get
done
dragged
that.
to your
I've done this.
opposite
Yes.
beat.
You're dragged to the color you have. So you have
And
to
you
run
got-
towards the opposite, basically.
And they keep moving around all over the place. So
Yep.
it's hard to stay apart from it.
I have ideas, but I'm not sure if they're gonna work. I did 50% of it correct last time.
Well, it's because there's 2 of each, so I was like, haha, I'm away from the ice. I'm on the
Fire
fire
usually stays on one side and ice stays on one
one. Yeah,
side.
but you want to be between 2 of them, because I was like on a fire one, but it was next to an ice one, so I was like, ah, shit.
It's
So I
a,
just walked into the ice and died.
yeah, it's a lot of use ice.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I don't hate it that much. As long as you can see what they're doing. See, it's Tammy's favorite.
Oh no!
Time to suck your brains.
The one that made Tammy rage quit yesterday. That's a frontal clean.
Well, I didn't
That was
rage.
just a lag.
Actually, yeah, it was a
It
lag.
was the lag.
We are fighting the mind flayers outside
I
the close gate.
I said to Rupert last night, it's not the enemies and the mechanics that I was getting mad at. It was just the lag.
Yeah, I
Tried to
agree
do
with
the
that
mechanics
one.
why it's,
That's an AoE.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, so I need to go to fire.
Oh yeah, I have to admit this sucked as well.
Well, there's
'cause
one
there's
to
just
begin with, that's nice. If it's gonna
Yeah.
move, that's normal.
But then we walk
Oh, no, it
in,
doesn't move.
Want to go?
walk in
I
that
got
direction.
motivated!
I mean, we should just shoot for this one, because, like, no one's making it anyway.
yeah,
Find a
this
safe spot. So that
shit.
should be around
I think I am
here.
safe.
I was gonna stay here and die.
yeah, I'm gonna stay here.
Oh, nope.
I was close, but not close enough.
Yeah. Same. Close enough, so very nicely.
Shields
Yeah,
deployed,
Rupert.
and shields are gone. Damn it!
Yeah, Rupert, we still need to get the parasites out of our head in Baldur's Gate.
Do you though?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Just leave him there.
Bro, why the fuck are they
Get out,
gonna
bitch.
fucking moving as well?
Wow, there's literally no way of avoiding these.
There is.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I just did.
Uh-oh. Oh god.
Hey, I did it correctly for once.
Let's Sammy.
No, I'm fine.
You have to be really far
I
away.
gave Tammy 2 of my biggest heals.
Oh, I just put a banner on him. I was like, you probably put a banner on someone as well. No. This works fine.
With shield.
This is fine.
I don't
We're
use
fine,
my
it's all
banner,
good.
that costs money. Think around here-ish. Yep.
I'm safe.
Oh, this one sucks, yeah.
I'm
Well-
Fine.
Yep.
At least I got my Ouroboros off.
Brother! See you die.
Yeah.
AoE question mark? Oh no, Tank Buster. Clean Tank Buster. Nice to know. If any one of you want, there is an LB.
No?
Okay,
Or at least
there is
not
not anymore.
I used it.
Rezzed.
Good.
Woke up with an LB. I am blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-die. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is more like it. This is not like it. No.
This is where I need to be. Made it.
Ah, no, still end up walking into one. It's not avoidable at
It
all.
goes off. It goes off for me before I get there. Okay. Just need more distance.
What, the other side of the arena?
Yep, that's literally what I've been doing and it's working.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
kind
It
of.
is the other
But,
end of the arena.
They also rotate. Like, you don't know where
Yeah,
they
it's
end up.
They basically
Yeah,
swap
You,
spaces.
you just check their lines, how they.
Yeah, you just
I know
follow
where
the
they're
line
gonna
of
go.
the opposite
The-
one you need to stand.
I know where they're gonna go for the first line, but the second line, I've no idea.
You
It
guys?
starts from where they are finishing after the first line.
Mr. Warrior, you were wrong. I was wrong
I
as well.
trusted you.
Why did I trust the warrior?
Oh god. Oh god. Ah! I forgot.
I'm dying again. I fucking don't look at the fucking outer
And
ring
that's
of this
one,
fucking arena.
and that's two.
I was greedy. I was like, I'm gonna do damage and just get in the middle.
There we go. Dead.
Nice, didn't get anything for it.
And I also have rest now. Yay!
I got tomes for a weekly.
Woo, you can click a button and rest people. No longer two
Yeah.
buttons, just one.
Right, time to return because trying to get back to that fucking Ephorite's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I'm doing that too.
Where should we go? Pots are nearly done,
Go
so
Fate,
that
Fate.
the Fate.
Are we going pots?
No, we're doing Fate.
Yeah, what's almost done.
Yeah, they were 90%.
No pots, Rupert. Back, Rupert.
I'll do pots once I've done this stage.
Yeah. Once you're level 20.
It's the pudding.
Are you gonna eat it?
No.
It's not pudding then. Why are you lying
Make
to
it be
the tongue?
chocolate.
Mudark, lol.
Ah, I can't even see it.
It's dead.
Can't even
Hey,
see
I
it.
got a living material.
Wait, is it the same chance
Oh.
for like everyone?
I-
The chance is
No.
the same, but the thing you get is not always the same.
That was
Turn.
that was a completely new demo material. So I've got
Nice.
4 types now.
Yeah,
Which ones?
I only have one day material. Oh no, 2. But like, wait, I have a purple and a blue one. Oh yeah, nice. So
I
I
have
have
green,
2.
yellow, and 2 blues.
I have a Verdigris demo material, Malachite, Kaput, and Ornaments. Yeah, it is Kaput.
Do you really have it then? If it's
You have 2 blues, a green, an orange, a purple, and a yellow. That's all.
Only have blues now.
You're blink.
Dabba-dee, dabba-die.
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping you don't have to do this step again for a weapon.
I
Yeah.
fucking
Why
I
did I do
fucking
that?
hope not,
It's
because
just
it's
like a
tedious.
one-time step.
Hmm? Then what the next step is? Question mark?
I just don't look.
Oh,
Oh,
so-
it
oh, it
died.
died.
It died.
I pressed start over there, so I was gonna die.
I
You
only
must
I only know for an alt is just
I think we're
tombstones.
just gonna be legging it the whole way to that crit. Oh, still pots.
Oh, new fate.
It's pots not
Yeah,
ended.
new fight. Let's just go to fight. Yes.
Pots at 90% it spawns the boss.
Fuckers,
So
right
it
at
takes a
my
little bit longer.
way.
I'm going the long way.
Yeah, I'm also going the wrong way. I mean,
wrong
haven't the bots been at 90% for like an eternity now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because they spawn a boss at the end of it.
Ah, so there's like one person who's doing it?
Yeah, probably.
Or like
or a
only
few.
2 or 3.
It seems we have
now
people
it's
who are,
done.
it just seems we have people who are just like not even waiting for people to show up. Because this
Oh, yeah,
thing
we have a lot of
is
those.
yeah, I didn't even get a hit
I
in
made
on
it,
this
guys.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
He made it!
I got the treasure chest along the way, so it's a.
This is the problem with this content. It's like if you want to do something, you got to be like quick. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're not doing it.
I reached my 100 feet. Yay! Achievement earned.
And then there's a thing that makes you quicker, but you need to farm for it first. So at the
Yeah.
very start you're kind of not quick enough if you're slightly late for the.
And that's why you have to no life it the first day.
That's why I think
Kinda.
the main farming system's a bit overdone now.
Yeah,
They need to come up with something new.
but everyone wanted to have it back, so
Well, not everybody.
well, yeah.
I mean-
I will say the minority
Oh, I
probably
hate this
did
one.
want it back.
Goody.
It's only.
I
4.
think it's okay. Because like not everyone wants to do old content, so like if you have never done this like super cool and neat. But like for people that already have done everything else, it's just kind of like, oh no, it's here again.
In a way, this technically is old content because it's just rehashing boss job.
I really like the heavy sword.
I mean,
What
it's
is
new,
not-
it's new bosses though and new mechanics.
Can't say tutorial isn't new.
Doodler with the balls.
I hate the balls.
Oh fuck! I was
Balls.
not looking up where the
It'll be a
boss
miracle if I don't get hit this one. So I dodge out the ball right into his frontal cone. It's really annoying.
Alright, Rupert, the balls hate you as well.
I haven't hit yet though.
Oh, I just got hit. Please kill it.
Why did I get hit? It's a miracle. I took my tank.
Nodge level up. I don't know what level I am though. Oh, 14. Okay.
Why does my chemist only go to 410?
New character I thought.
I mean, it only unlocks 4 skills, so it's probably like just much level at 4 then.
And there's no XP gain anymore. Just says master.
There's a fate on the Lost Citadel.
It's fake coded.
Like the thing I dislike about this is that like they keep spawning like basically instantly, so like there's never like, oh okay, I'm gonna take a break. Like if you take a break, it's basically like, okay, I'm gonna miss content. Which doesn't feel great, but
Taking
Yeah, but
breaks.
it's
in
FOMO.
my-
You
in
can
my
always
grinding
take
content.
as long a break as you want to.
Yeah, you can always leave.
It's kind of
like
Be right
I
back,
know
by
that,
the way.
but like you. It's just a. It would have been nice if there was also just some like small things that everyone can do, like these fates, but like I guess a bit smaller, and then like the fates and critical encounters being like slightly longer
Ooh.
cooldown.
Kaput. Number 5.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm now struggling to catch up to the fates because as soon as I arrive, they're already dead.
Yeah, that's kind of like the point. So I was making of like it's
That's-
just you can like spend half a minute doing like something else, like getting treasure chest or like a survey point. Because like as soon as you do that, you just miss fate. There's another one in the middle.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah, there's a lot of repeating and you're not missing much. The thing is that you're missing is every time a chance to get a new
Yeah.
thingy.
Yeah, which is exactly what I would like because I would like to get a relic.
Yeah, because like, as did you say that after getting your first one, you only have to spend like 150, 1500?
Yeah, if you
coins?
have it for the next weapon, it's as far as I read from like the Twitter post Final Fantasy made it 1,500 tomes. So if you're done with the 18, it's 1,500 tomes for all your alts to make the other one.
How much
Yeah.
is that mount speed thing, by the way?
3K.
3K.
Okay, I might have to buy that first because this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why I went and bought it straight away.
Yeah, it's the most useful thing. Like I just went for the mount because
Because now everyone else has got it, they're gonna get there quicker than you.
it's the same with you went with all the different classes as well. So that's also where a lot of your silver already went to.
Yeah, like it's good that they added it, but it's just kind of like it feels kind of mandatory to get, and then like you just delaying everything else. So it just also kind of like it feels bad by.
I mean,
I also
you
will.
could say the same for
I can't see
just
that it's-
having flying.
I mean, to a point, there's another one at the bottom.
Like flying is also almost mandatory to have and especially in treasure hunts.
In sessions it's mandatory, but then at least you know people can give you taxis. Here people can give you taxis.
I can.
I mean, I guess, but like by the time you're mounting up together, it's already too. You're not really able to give a taxi.
Please let me get a hit on it, you bastards! No! That is so annoying!
Yeah. Like if you're not just staring at the map for like new fates and going there instantly, you're just too
Wait,
late.
yes, one.
Critical engagement to the north.
Let's
do that
I
one.
guess just from the main base out, probably quickest.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's still have more than 2 minutes. Worth.
At least they can't rob us of this.
True.
Yeah, at least critical engagements have like a decent timer.
I think that's kind of why they have these in here.
Like what they could do is that critical engagements spawn like more scheduled, like more regular. And,
No
like,
offense.
No,
No,
that
no,
would-
please no.
that would
Never
make it-
do that shit, please.
Oh,
That would make
What?
it go too
What?
fast as well. Because the critical engagement give the most.
yes, but if they're just like every 5 minutes, and then like just like okay, every 5 minutes I can just like log in for like critical engagement.
And
Like,
people are
be
just
there.
gonna time it.
Yeah, that's I guess the issue.
And then you have critical engagement fights where you can see even less than you do now. What the fuck is this?
I think I've fucked
Tommy, question. Tommy! He's ignoring me. We had a critical engagements were a lot yesterday.
Wait, this wasn't even inside. Why the fuck did I follow that person inside?
I
Rupert,
don't know.
can I ask you a question?
I mean, I got 2 chests. So.
Oh no, I
They
need
both
Calamity
ignore you,
Crown as
Yeah,
well.
everyone is ignoring me. I'll ask it to you then I guess, Riddles.
Sure.
Do you have, in your part where it says chemist, right? You have
Yeah.
silver pieces and gold pieces. Do you have that sanguine ciphers?
I don't have syndrome ciphers.
Okay, then that unlocks when you go for the raid. Got it.
Is that something for the new like 48 people dungeon?
Yeah, I think it's that one, probably.
Uh-huh.
That's why I asked.
Have you already done it?
I have it unlocked.
Oh, but you haven't done it though.
No.
Okay.
I guess we need knowledge level 20 to get an
Nope,
option to
it's the
get
quests.
those things, and then
You
we
need
can
to.
farm those
You
things.
only need to do the quests, and then one
Ah,
critical engagement.
okay.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if the only thing they've added is just this one stage, or this one quest.
Oh, Tataru's here.
Swole
Yeah, I read Tataru in the
Everyone,
last.
everyone
She-
run!
Tataru is the real boss.
Yeah, Tataru's right here.
I like how someone explained it to me.
Oh, this one.
to me, that, like how someone explained it. Like, imagine being a boss in this area. You spawn, and the first thing you hear is just like an entire motorcycle rally going into your direction.
Spent her money without permission. Oh, what Holy here is actually really nice.
Yeah, the Holy is insane in value. Monk? Hold on.
Time to dodge mechanics.
Well, yeah, kinda.
Oh, fuck you, bro.
Whoa, a lot
I
of
just
people
got
died.
lucky. I just stood on the wrong side.
Chemist for the win!
Chaos does seem really OP.
It is.
Is it like recommended for every player to use or just healers?
Just healers.
It's a good like one for healers.
Yeah. It gives you Bene in case of emergencies, basically for like 10k, or you just like perma-res everyone. Like it's just a better res mage.
Yeah, what Ellen said.
Only if you have gills to spare. Oh, I have to spend gil? No.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not that expensive.
Or if you
like
have-
leveling it, you want to use some Benes because like keep people alive.
Or if
But
you...
like right now, it's easier to let people die and just res them. And you
Yeah,
don't
it,
need
it
kill for that.
depends. It depends on how benevolent you are, probably.
I
Because if
mean,
you are being,
If you just have silver to spare, you can spend that on potions as well. Oh, yes, this one.
This moves really slowly.
Yeah, I hate this one. I always die here.
this is my least favorite mechanic in game in general. I fucking hate that shit.
This is the only one that has it. Well,
Oh,
except
this
for
one doesn't look
the
very
lion
well.
thing.
Okay, fine.
I should watch
Wait, what? How did I die? I was safe there.
as a knockback.
Yeah, I got knocked back into a safe spot. And then like 3 seconds after I died.
I just knock back and move out the middle. Seems to have worked for me.
Flares. Extra flares.
Can't get over how funny they look.
Why are people just standing on it?
Because they go after each other.
They always
Whoa.
spawn. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Great damage.
Easily healed.
I'm building a lot of red buttons.
Oh no, don't start doing this already, game.
Wait, you're only halfway through this fight? Damn.
Yeah, I think it's just the boss spawning with like minions around it. Kill minions, kill boss.
It's because there's a lot of us
Interesting.
here, it takes a bit longer.
There you go. Prepare to kill minions.
Yep.
What?
Why they all come to me?
They
Oh,
do
doesn't
nothing,
matter.
mate.
Yeah. I know that as soon as I stop yelling.
Mate.
She's channeling her best British just for you guys.
Okay, I need to ask, what is that purple circle on top
That's
of
the
one?
berserker thing, I think.
Yeah, it's a
Ah.
berserker thing. You cannot move then, but you keep attacking.
I see.
Yeah, it's dead.
Befisted of death, damn.
Kaput!
Bear fist. Bear fists of death.
Alright, I'll be right back.
You can't be right back, you're going to miss so many fates.
All of them.
Just keep playing.
Unless you want to be FOMO.
No, I think I already had 24 hours of game time now. I think this was the time when I was started. No, it was even earlier that I started playing with Tammy yesterday. To be honest, I don't
Yeah,
think this gives me a lot of FOMO though. I just like to have something to do.
I mean, true. It probably. I'm probably going to not love this content, but it's going to be bearable for me on weekends when I have nothing else to do, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it just means I have to put other video games down just so I can get this over and done with.
That is also true, yeah.
Yeah, but that's with almost every grind though.
I mean, if I didn't care, like, I wouldn't be doing it, but
I just want to
obviously
get
I
it
do.
done before everyone else gets it done, and it becomes their content, and I can't do it because they haven't made
Yeah.
it soloable.
Yeah.
That's the only thing why I'm doing it.
Yeah, because, you know, the Yoshi P lied about making these types of things soloable.
That is correct, I still cannot do Borja solo.
Or
I'm
Eureka
still
for
waiting
that
for
matter.
Eureka to be soloed.
Eureka, as I said, technically, yes, that is soloable. All you need is because
Ah, you!
every
I
farm,
thought the
every
format-
farm
format
party,
rates are
every farm party has a few bots in there, so it's only the raid you can't do. But the raid is all the way at the end.
Yeah, but you need to do the raid though, don't you?
Yeah, you
No,
do.
you
So
don't.
technically it's not soloable.
You don't have to do the raid.
You don't?
Eureka ends the moment you unlock the raid. Then Eureka is done. Like you.
Yeah, like
I'm back.
it depends what you want from the content. Like if you want to just finish it, then yeah, you need to find someone to do the raid with you. If you want to farm something like mounts, etc., it's kind of.
What if I just
doable.
want shiny weapons?
Shiny weapons, that is just farming.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure about Eureka.
I
think
have
it's just...
I have my level 4 Eureka
Okay.
weapon full
I can't do
shiny,
boss.
and I never did it, so...
Weapons in Borja, I think weapons in Borja can be done by just.
Can't do the castring because no one shows up.
Yeah,
mean,
why do you need castrum exactly? I'm not sure. I don't remember.
You have to do Castrum in order to unlock future steps for the relic.
Ah, I see.
And
Yeah,
the
makes
alternative is
sense.
doing POTD, and it's like no one does that either. So it's like,
But you do have an alternative. You can do it solo. POTD you can solo. Like yeah, you can solo Borja. I agree with that. But POTD you can.
I mean, POTD just makes you want to bash your head against a fucking window.
I need custom for my mount.
True.
yeah,
true.
POTD is just literally this. You have to keep doing runs until you randomly get given.
It's that RNG, and it's like, oh, the higher levels,
And I remember you doing
the
it,
more
Tammy,
you
and
get
it was
it.
like
In.
a 1% chance or something stupid.
I
We're
spent
gonna-
3 days doing my Dragoon weapon because of POTD.
Yeah, fuck that.
And Cardinals.
Fucking RuneScape grinds are less grindy than that.
You mean Cardinals in real now?
I said Cardinals.
You said into Cardinals.
Don't think that was. Maybe. It's fine either way.
I was not paying attention, I lived. Success.
Expand! Domain expansion.
Yeah, people just leaving for critical engagement.
Yeah.
Cowards.
I mean, if everyone would just stay here, we would just be able to shut up. But just no one stay.
You know what? I'm going to leave too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too few
Alright.
people are here.
Alright,
I don't want to focus target.
And it's why I don't like critical engagements to go with fights, but that's whatever.
Alien already standing there, waiting for us.
Alien never went to the fate.
Yeah, never
They
even
knew
bothered.
what was coming.
Oh, he has a black mage, so he would find the path to move the least.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. It wasn't in any way. It was just a tease, you know, a little tease.
I didn't, I still hate you.
Wow. Um,
I'm looking for that Lalafell. Where are they? Where is Tataru? I know she's here somewhere.
Just alert me when you find a kawaii potato.
I wonder where Swoltaru is.
Oh god, I remember them.
They're on Cerberus.
Let's play
Yeah,
a memory
this one.
game.
Fuck it out.
My brain's not working, so yeah. The tank walks into the wall.
Yep.
AoE!
No, the weird thing for me is that, like, for a chemist, you would actually want people to die.
Tank buster.
You must die.
No, but like, if people die, you just get like the achievement for some people faster. And you can rest people on 5-second
So,
cooldown.
remember knockback, lines, knockback, in. Knockback, lines, knockback, and in.
Oh, I forgot you swap on that one, you bitch.
It swaps on everyone.
AoE.
Mhm.
Don't mind me, I'm not here to do damage, just to do callouts.
I mean, fine by me.
And then being too busy with callouts to do them wrong. Gonna split it too. Let's see where we start.
Did it split in 3?
Nope. Yeah, 3, but the middle I don't pay attention to at this moment. So in, right side goes first. In lines, knockback. In, lines, it's in middle,
Lines of
lines again. Knockback, I think.
Yeah, no back's the last one.
Was it not? No, it wasn't.
And lines.
Lines in the middle.
Yeah, Nest is in, Shades is out for middle.
Maybe I'm dead.
Sorry, didn't notice you. Gotcha.
So that I was all the way on the line if I had things that makes sense as you can see.
Oh no, I'm looking at the card bar.
I have a second hand drag level.
Yep, just in first window right now.
Imagine having a burst in that.
Imagine pressing buttons. It's just like I'm just standing here resting people with chemists and like doing rollouts.
We're going for lines. Knockback. Knockback. And in. So lines first. Knockback. Then it's in middle as well. Next is the knockback. And in question mark. And in again. Oh no, I need to clean this here up. What a mess.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh no, whatever shall I do? Oh, you just pressed the button 3 times.
Clean up. Tiny buster.
Butt scratcher.
I would prefer you kill it before I have to do a memory game again.
Too bad. Here you go again.
Pump damage.
I'm pumping.
Knockback. In. Should be dead.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
Hey, Malachite. Nice.
Nice.
One more of them.
Fate is still up.
Yeah, I think people might go back to it.
It's still at 2%.
Pots are also up though. But I think everyone is like, fuck pots.
Yeah, everyone's going to the vote.
Pots are kind of annoying because like they're too far away. Like if they like somewhat close by, they
Doesn't
will
take
be
too
fun
long
to
as
do.
well.
But they just take too long to because you have to go to basically the other side of the for most of them. And then you get bronze. It's like not
Expand.
interesting.
Yeah, this thing's dying quick now.
Yeah, a lot of people are here.
Random bullshit, go.
And that. I'm just gonna teleport back out. Are we gonna wait for a fate or are you guys gonna do pots?
Try to do pots.
Alright.
I mean,
Oh, fuck my life. I trusted you, but I'm too low level. Ah!
I mean,
There's
there's
next to it.
yeah, Fate just spawned next to it.
Hey, you're too low for what so?
For not being targeted by fucking enemies. Ah!
Ah. Pots are also already done basically, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to the Fate.
Got them out.
Go. Let me go, please. Go, thank you.
Yeah, pots are actually still up and I'll do pots.
Nobody the boss fought for it.
Brava!
I want to do pots once and like just get gold chest and be
Oh,
done
hello.
afterwards and like
Oh,
that's
that's-
gold.
As just walked into it.
No, it spawned right on top of me.
It's
I was
It's-
going there
it's
and it didn't spawn
It's
for
been there
me.
for a while.
It wasn't for
Alright,
me.
pots are on. Ooh, I got the Dimateria again. Victory though again. Wait, I didn't even get pots? Okay, whatever.
It's random, I think.
I thought pots were guaranteed.
I mean, maybe you didn't participate
Kaboom!
like,
Incoming!
enough.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I was there for a decent time on the boss though,
Ooh!
Told you. But you did
I was too busy correcting someone.
but...
more important thing.
Thanks.
Kaboom!
I mean, I got a Dimateria from it, so...
Critical encounter.
It's
All
up
the
north.
way north. Oh, turtle.
It's too.
Ooh.
It's
Um,
turtle.
Teleporting to the base just to have it.
We're getting a good one.
Oh yeah, we should, oh, it's all still up for 18 seconds, 18 minutes still. It's fine. Whee!
Look at this person.
Oh, who is giving movement speed?
That's
I should
right.
like that.
The expedition Antiquarian, and then the other.
No, no. Right now we have a buff, movement speed. Who is giving it?
Not me.
Fleet-footed, I don't know. Not me.
I have a selfish DPS.
I don't have
Maybe Aelin? Because Aelin has bar. No, Aelin has Time Mage.
Oh,
best
the
time.
alien with monk.
fleet-footed.
The alien went monk.
Come on. Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Come on.
With the solo
Wait.
time.
Aelin, you can give buff, then swap, and then like still have the buff? Do your Time Mage now, we still have the buff.
Wow.
Oh, dat is sick. So you just stand there, stone, pop all three buffs, and then just go do whatever you want to do? Damn. This game, man.
Should probably unlock the other.
Yeah, that basically means you need all jobs.
I'm going to get the
Not 5 at the night
the personal increase for movement speed after this critical engagement. I should have enough after this one.
Yeah, I might have enough as well. I need 204.
Real answering your question, I am going to keep doing this for like half an hour or so, and then I will need to go.
Okay. Oh, because it's the 2 hours on my Wednesday, yeah. Right. Should have remembered that.
Tutel!
Tutel!
Total.
Math.
Math, yeah, I'm gonna teach
Everybody.
Tutel, gonna teach math.
I mean, it's counting to 5, or what's the max?
Okay, Uguay is teaching us math.
5 is hard for some people, man.
It is. Definitely for me, it is.
Some people can only count to 4.
Are you speaking for yourself?
Telling me there's more than 4.
Hey, some people moved.
Did Shadowbringers teach them nothing?
Yeah.
You think these people need?
I mean, everyone is
learn
level 100
things?
here, so like, people that fuck up actually fuck up.
Yeah, 100 levels taught them nothing.
Not
Yeah.
100 level was nothing. And that is why I get angry.
People are gonna die.
Yep. The warrior flesh for sure.
It's personal math time.
Recommended for you. Only 2 coins.
How many is that? Oh, 1, 2. So I need to pick up a 3 and a -2. And add another 1. And add 2.
There's a
Carry the 3.
He's not wrong.
That is you, right?
I just love the name of that cast. What are you buying?
No, this part's gonna be the death of me, bro. Yeah.
Well,
Every time.
the turtle didn't animate for me, so I just like ran on the ground.
I mean, I deserved it. I was made fun of people that got hit.
1 penny!
Oh shit!
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so
Ooh, nice!
you said it and I was just not thinking anymore.
And I'll pick up
Thank
this
you.
one.
I guess I'll
and
also
pick
go
up
call
that
it in
was
half
waiting
an
for the-
hour.
And
I was
I'll
waiting
pick
for the
this
tether.
one.
I was like,
Ah, I need 3 coins. Do I need it?
so I don't get to do math.
You lazy.
Lord, I need to go all the way to the other side. I'm gonna make this.
What are you buying?
Rupert, why are you dead?
Because I have not been raised.
I made it.
Oh,
Yay.
okay, sorry. That's my bad.
Probably just in the wall.
I have fixed my mistake.
I should have also rested him.
Ah, ran in a circle, okay. Yeah, remember, you still have your bow.
Some people got fucked.
Fuck you.
Oh, that movie.
4 pennies.
4 pennies and a pound.
Penny farthing.
Penny for your pounds.
Jesus.
You don't want my
useless
thoughts.
here.
Potion Salah.
Butt scratcher.
Get your butt scratcher here.
Alright, we got all of them. Bro, being
Oh,
able
butt
to just rest
scratches?
6 people in there,
All the butt scratchers.
Hey,
Nice.
oh, that's a new color.
Oh, congrats, I guess.
You discovered a new colour?
Yeah, real gar, I'm calling it.
There's a fate at the bottom.
Hey,
Yeah,
I got
fair.
notes on the tortoise.
Nice.
Congrats.
People like you too.
Oh, I also got the kaput somewhere. I don't know where.
After a while, you can stop looking at it because it's just disappointing.
So, S, have you figured out what the thing does next to the
Yeah, it's where you get all the buffs. You have to activate the buffs next to the stones for them
Yeah.
to work.
Where's the thing again? The
So if you want your
mouse speed.
that's the money.
I forgot.
If you want all the 3 buffs that Ailing gives, you have to activate them next to one of the
There it
stones.
is. There we go.
Why would I want to chain climb though? That's a weird question.
By the time I get there, the fate will probably be dead.
No, this was a bit tanky.
Ooh, so there's a hope.
Left. Left of the walls. Right.
Damn these animation locks.
Ooh, treasure coffer.
Damn it, Tammy is getting distracted.
It's treasure. What it is.
You expect me to not get distracted by treasure, really?
I mean, I never said that.
Oh yeah, this is a tanky motherfucker.
In, out. Out.
Ow!
I called it!
Yes,
I only
time
just-
it was out.
I just arrived!
Still means that it still applies to you as well then.
It's probably gonna be out. There we go.
Out in.
Or you just stay in
Ow.
and heal.
We just don't go in at the right time.
AoE question mark? Yep.
Ooh, I can nearly, I can swap my phantom job soon. Nice.
Why would I swap
I
chemistry
kinda wish
to
you
power
could
bomb?
keep like one skill from one phantom job and just like
His
3
left
different
side.
phantom jobs. In your bars.
This right side.
I would like to keep the 40% shield, I must admit.
Yeah, it's just save miles. So.
Random bullshit, go!
I mean, dying is not bad. We just have perma versus.
Yeah, critical encounter, but
And the guy again.
Yeah, are people gonna start running away? Are they gonna be cowards?
Well, it's nearly dead. You might not.
It's
Ah,
20%,
receding. I
but
think
yeah,
that's out,
we have a
eh?
decent amount of time
Yeah, out
to get
it.
there.
So receding is out.
yeah.
Oh, Novka's on the ground. Oh,
Receding
no.
AoE!
I rest Novika, guys. We have our girls back.
Was
Big natural's not for you.
And dead.
Good. Alright, returning.
So the critical encounter is in the cave.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be bugged, isn't it? Fucking touch.
Oh yeah, this speed is so much better.
Oh yeah, I need to buy that thing.
I can finally keep up with people. What is this?
Oh, what if I had this and Fenrir at the same time?
The speed doesn't go higher.
Oh,
I have been racing the Fenrir, so
Beep, beep.
it's the same speed.
wow! Look at all those.
People. Okay. Yeah, cross.
Yeah,
That
this is
one,
this
dude.
is bugged.
Nope, they're just gonna get slapped about.
They'll just turn around and slap that that mage. That poor guy.
Why only me?
Yes, you're a dick. Battle high. Oh, isn't that like extra damage?
It boosts your skills, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Terry had that yesterday. Pretty cool.
It's a shiny effect.
You become Super Saiyan.
Time for another memory game.
Who keeps aggroing these things?
Someone brings it
Seriously.
in and they hear the presses a button and it just goes on the heels.
I press no buttons. I wait for people to die and then
That's
I'll
an
press a
Astro over there
button.
that just got slapped.
I will have to teach this Astro the way. Let people die first, then press a button.
I don't see Tataru anywhere. Sag.
It's okay. I finally got rid of her.
Are you missing her?
From the
Wait.
story, yeah.
To be yeah, from the story, yeah, definitely. We haven't seen her for ages.
It's okay, she will come back with a new business venture.
Trial by claw.
Yeah, it's a bug. Oh, it's not a bug,
It's the dragon.
The somewhat easier one.
Can't remember what this one does.
Lightning out, wind in. That's it.
Oh,
Remember
it's the one
those?
with the gems.
Yes.
They change colour. Yeah, this was a fun one. Very cool mechanic.
Here we go. Summon dragon. Always lightning first. I know your game, dragon.
Yeah, Golbez is
He
not
did
here
it.
to save you now.
He didn't. Poor man.
Free us from the wheel.
And this is gonna be wind. So in on
Such
the
is
dragon.
your power.
And in on crystals.
Alright. Maybe that was distracted by work as usual.
Ooh, I saw 3 people go down.
That's okay, I already have 3 people up. And now for the random one.
Random bullshit go.
In. And it's moved to blue. And now it's numbers.
On the far out one.
3 and 4, so it's line number 2, and then it's line number 3. I think.
Oh, ow.
Oh no, it's all the way out. No, it's line number 3, yeah.
Oh, alright.
I was correct. I was correct, but I did it wrong.
I heard it wrong. Let's say that way.
Do as I say, not as I do.
I trusted you.
If you did, then you did it correct.
Oh. I don't trust myself then.
Because I said it correctly, I just did it wrong.
That's precisely why I just listened to Dialogue, because I don't trust myself.
And now for 3 of them. Second line. All the way
Fourth.
back, and second, fourth, third. Nope, wasn't fourth.
It wasn't all the way back.
Bro, you're saying
This
some
is
random
fun.
shit, I feel like.
No, I'm not actually. I heard someone else.
He's beating us.
I heard
He's
someone else.
baiting us.
I heard someone else
he
say
wants
fourth.
us dead so he can rest.
Someone else said fourth, so I twisted that.
It's master plan.
It's in. And moving.
No judgment, Kazi!
Ah,
Took
Ophelia.
a while to go off.
Here you are again.
Far close middle. Close. Middle.
Thank you.
Well, just curious if someone else was gonna do it. You mocked me once!
I think I'm done after this one anyway. I need dinner and rest some. My brain has stopped working for the most part.
Raise out.
Taste my lightning!
And move to blue. Second. Then on to fourth and third.
Good job, thank you.
Yes, I won't be collecting a 4th long stack.
You're welcome, I guess. And now please go. There you go.
Nice.
Yo.
Awesome.
I cannot get more elegant tones than that one.
I mastered my phantom job!
Good job.
Now what do I swap to?
Cannoneer.
Really?
Because funny.
Alright.
Get
See
it?
you, real.
Bye.
See ya. Have a good night,
Bye.
everyone.
You too.
I don't know, Cannoneer gives you lets you summon little cannons that fire. It's funny to see. Yeah, what are you doing?
If I could just get one hit on this thing, it's fine.
Nope.
There we go.
Yeah, I might come off as well, just got given food.
Actually, yeah, I've just got dinner as well.
Okay.
They really need to take
Bye.
these.
I'll probably come back on after dinner, so...
Like I probably will be gone
Hi,
at this
Flo.
moment, so like I guess it's till Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
are we doing
that's-
treasure hunt on Friday, or should we do more of this?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I haven't decided. Maybe treasure hunt. I think there were no treasure hunt for 2 weeks actually. So.
Yeah, because people weren't turning up.
What are we actually doing
Maybe.
Saturday?
Right.
Hawk can't be
Yeah,
there at all.
Yeah,
so
I know.
so-
Hawk is like this feet away from here.
Do more of
You can
this.
find a replacement for Hawk, like we're using. We're doing fully Hector. There are a lot of people doing Hector for L5 and try to clear it.
Okay.
Replacement.
Okay.
I'll speak to you all later.
Alright.
Yep.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, so see you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
To the pots, quickly.
I am. Alright.
Oh, I also have a battle high apparently.
What is it even? Like, how do you get it?
Just do a lot of fates in a row, I guess.
Ah. Stop me. You can. Hello.
Oh my. And how is the day treating you, Flo? Huh? What happened?
You've said your NFC chat and then left.
Oh, okay.
Just funny.
Hello,
Little funny.
bye. I know, yesterday I did like 4 times these spots and they never gave me like the elixirs. I was so pissed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, more forest.
So...
Area. Ah. Ah, south.
I have to go south, yeah. Far, far south.
I heard south and I was like, whoa.
This is gonna be the 3rd time today that the timer is gonna run out. You know, Alan, if it's from just doing a lot of fates that you get the battle high? Because I'm guessing. No. Southwest. Here. Immediate south. Southeast.
Oh,
Ah,
silver one.
great. Gold. Nope.
Still got only materia and ribbons.
Yeah,
What the
same, and it is a gold one. Fuck you, game. This is the 2nd time you did this to me.
Yeah, okay, I think I'm going to quit for now.
Alright.
See you guys later. Bye bye.
See ya later. Bye bye. Same shit, different day. Ah, understandable. That is usually how it goes. Oh, I can't enter anymore. Never mind. I was a few seconds too late. I'll probably pop off for a little bit as well, Alan. And yeah, I'm gonna get some food and stand AFK. Have a good hunt for whatever upgrade or things you want. Talk to you later. I'm gonna turn on some YouTube so I can make food. I have been on this grind for like, I think at least 24 hours now, so... Ugh. also want to play something else than this. But yeah, I got some farming done, so that's something at least. Nothing really other significant. God damn it, this is still a thing. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Just so you know what I'm doing at the moment, because you're looking at a black screen. I'm answering some Twitter things about the Cinder part still. It's still in back and forth. It's not that I don't want to like defend my point or like say the things again, but this is like for me for like the 100th time or more that I'm repeating the same points over and over and over again. And all you have is like and all I hear is still people going like, yeah, no, this you can only point. Basically, where it comes down to is you can only point it in one direction, and that is like point at Cinder for the blame. And I'm like, no, because the stories don't add up, bro. Just read for 2 minutes without any bias. Like for 2 minutes, start reading. Cut out all the bullshit that is like allegedly's. Cut those out, because you cannot work with allegedly's. The fuck is that? Why did this go to white mode? Anyways, so yeah, I was like, this is so stupid, and they keep going with it. Like, yeah, you have to let it go, and we have to move on from this. And I'm like, I agree, but will you agree then that the other side is also wrong? Let's just move on. No, 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 no. You want to start basically a fight at this point over who is wrong and who is right, but you don't want to hear it when your side is wrong. That's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. And thus, I am back in one of these conversations. But since I don't want to show these conversations that I have with people or like posts that I make, because I don't want to screw up people's like names or anonymity or whatever on Twitter, I'm more of a let's not do that, and let me just talk about it with him as it should be. I am not like Tectone that I need to run after for help from my viewers every time someone says something wrong. I can deal with my own shit on my own way. Sorry. I had to name drop someone at least there, but I don't think anyone heard it anyways. Alright, let's listen to
I'm at the point now where I think that OnlyFans is becoming actually a major problem, and the incentive structure that it provides to young women is so demented that it's got to have major knock-on effects.
1 second, because I'll have to. You have to go to another setup for YouTube, but my stream is not loading, so I cannot change. But at least I'm not too proudful to say that I believed it from the start. Like, no, for me, the moment that I changed my opinion on the entire Cinder debate for me was when I started listening to responses from people. Because the documents to me were like, it's fine, I see a few flaws, but it's fine, you know. And then it went from then I think Lily made her first response, and I'm like, my response first was like, why are you just emotionally reading on someone's Twitter? Like, why? There's no reason for that at all. And then the response immediately from, oh, she cooked her and blah blah blah. I'm like, is everyone so happy that she cooked someone that basically, in a bad way, I will not say in a good way, but in a bad way said sorry?
And this can't
Congrats.
be. It is unhealthy to allow OnlyFans to distort what is possible for one, or at least a part of the female sex, compared to what is possible for the male sex. And this is going to cause massive problems for just relationship formation going forward. Because apparently, there are 1.4 million American women on OnlyFans, and there's only about 10 million women aged 18 to 24%. So that's more than 10% of women, 1 in 10, more than, young women in America is just using OnlyFans to make money. It's like, okay, that's wild. Because as far as I'm concerned, OnlyFans is just digital prostitution. Now, I don't want to get all puritanical about prostitution. It's the world's oldest profession for a reason. But there is something to be said for the scope of OnlyFans and what it facilitates because it's digital. Like, a prostitute is restrained by just simply the number of clients proximally that she can engage with throughout a day. And so I'm sure prostitutes make good money. I have no idea, but like, let's assume they make good money. But how good money can it possibly be, right? And OnlyFans has changed the nature of this. So it's becoming, I mean, it just seems demented, actually, if you think about it. So, anyway, so way too many young women are using OnlyFans. But what's important to remember is most of them aren't making huge amounts. So, as this graph shows, this is the top 11 to 100% of revenues. The top 10% is left off. And so you can see that basically earning $1,000 or less per month on OnlyFans is what 90% of OnlyFans women are doing. So in the pursuit of really, really high goals,
So yeah, sorry
you'll
if
notice
when I
that most
began back
of the
over
women,
that.
so
I'll
this
try
is going
to,
to be,
refrain
again,
from
about 1.2 million.
But it probably will still
Using it
happen
and making
in
less than
between.
$1,000 a month. And 2 million, well, I don't know if it is, but like most of those are making $50 a month. Like
$50
half of
a month,
those,
yeah.
so just under half of those are making.
Yeah, it's highly inflated, like how much women make in OnlyFans. I mean, some of them will do good, but most of that will also be because they have other platforms that they get people from. So, like, for example, streamers. Most of their OnlyFans base will be just made out of the people that they have on Twitch. So yeah.
About $50 a month. So that's interesting, isn't it? It's kind of just debasing yourself for very little money, really, right? And so imagine that, I mean, that seems quite embarrassing, but also you have really changed the opinion that people have of you for a very small amount of money, and you have also enabled what I consider to be basically the worst men in society.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, I've never used OnlyFans, obviously. I don't really know how it works, but from what I've...
The OnlyFans using it, I follow people on it, sure. My notifications are off and I barely log into it, but yeah, I follow people on it because they keep asking. Like, all my links are down below, please support me everywhere. Okay. And then it's usually they start like the quote-unquote spicy talk, and then after the spicy talk it's like, here, have a picture of me, it's only $35. I'm like, what the fuck? You know the hub is for free, right? Just saying. I'm in that kind of mood. And don't get me wrong. Dirty talk, picture sharing, all those things. Got nothing against it. Absolutely not. But the moment you start asking money for it, I'm like, yeah, no, I have lost interest. But that's also because I'm a little bit more old school, because I think if you do all those things, it should be with your significant other and not with a random person.
Seen through the sort of cultural osmosis of people.
I think that also like Twitter and OnlyFans just made like really desensitized to almost anyone. Like I have a few friends I care about, of course, but all the rest is like the moment someone starts talking to me, I have two opinions that they have when the first time someone starts talking to me. What do you want and how much is it gonna cost? Those are the two questions that I have in my head the moment someone I do not know starts talking to me. And that is what Twitter is doing, Twitch has done, and well, Twitch not really, because in Twitch I usually have just my friends and people I know in the chat, and people who pop in the chat are usually friendly, except for bots, but they get automatically banned. It's like the OnlyFans thing has that for sure. I think Twitter has it for sure. If there's a random person on Discord, same thing. And my first question is, what do you want and how much is it gonna cost?
Talking about it, it seems that these women are basically cultivating sort of online boyfriends. They act very flirtatiously with them and show them naked photos. Take
Yeah.
quests and stuff like this.
That is what, as far as I know, what they do, yeah. Some of them actually have like entire live shows and stuff as well there, but I think that's more like Fansly than OnlyFans, but... Oh, it's Fansly that I have, sorry, not OnlyFans. Yeah, OnlyFans I made an account once because someone asked, I made it, and I think a month later I deleted it. And Fansly, yeah, it's because some streamers that I know were going there, and they kept asking to be like support me there, and I'm like, the only support I give to people from the start, especially if it's like people that don't talk to me, my kind of support is you get a follow and that's it. Like, I'm not gonna watch you play it. I'm okay with having conversations through such sites, but if it's always going to end up with how much am I paying you, then I lose interest and I no longer go to that site, so yeah.
And so, okay, you're prostituting yourself by taking up the time of really scummy men and pretending to be their online girlfriend for hire, and you're not making a huge amount of money out of this. So that's, I mean, I just don't think that's very good, right?
I think I will have to introduce Sargon one of these days to the girlfriend-boyfriend experience thing that streamers have nowadays.
That's not great. Just to be clear, men who use OnlyFans pay for women on OnlyFans. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Like, I can't imagine anything more disgusting, really, than giving money to a woman that you're not sleeping with. Like, guys, right, if you've got money to
That's why I look at it for free.
earn, and you're interested in female company, go to a bar. Like, literally go to a bar and offer to buy some girls drinks. And if you're hideous, go see a prostitute. I don't know, you know, like, just engage with a real woman, right? Don't engage with a digital woman.
I have a slight thing against that, and it's not like all women are the same or stuff like that, but engage with a real woman. Yeah, do you know how real women are these days? Because you have quite a few that are not that fun to hang around with. I think I have a few that I would like hang around with. In my mind, at least, that I have. I think I have two in real life I hang out with because I like them. And we have similar interests, kinda. But it's just friends, like, let's be honest. But yeah, that is basically where my entire point with this is like, for me at least, with someone in my age, if you have to look for a woman, you're already looking for a single mom probably, and that is already. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's something that is gonna take time for me to accept. Because just jumping into a relationship with a woman and then going then you also have the basically a lifetime commitment to it that you will have to take care of this child, and it's not something that I will say like it's icky, it's you, it's blunt. It's none of those. But one, it's a lot of headaches because if it's a fighting divorce, then you're gonna step in the middle of that fight. It's like you stepping in the middle of a boxing match in the ring. You're just gonna get either pummeled, or you will have to make even a bigger investment in that as well, which is how many investments can you make in this economy? And then two, as I said, the kid is a lifetime commitment. You're not gonna say from the first date, I'm gonna be that kid's father. Like, that is not a thing. Like, you will try and act as best in that way. You will try to fill that role. But at the first times, it's gonna be, might be even a little weird, or like, you don't really know what to do, which is apparently what a lot of parents have, that they have no idea what to do, which in that case it's pretty normal, but it's like, it's one of those little scary things and lifetime commitments that you have to take to be with a woman, and at that point I'm already like, it's an extra thing that adds to the list of, do you want to have this in your life right now? Personally, I would have no problem with it myself, but then if I'm gonna take a commitment time like that, then I'll need a job. I'll need to change a few things in my life before I do that. Probably have a job, go to a psychiatrist, all those things. Because here is what I think usually with children, and especially if you're gonna be a father, or it's somewhere in the future. You want to be the best dad that is out there. You want to take care of that kid as best as you can. And if you're already at the point of like where I'm at the moment, financially, mentally, I am not ready to add a child in my life, then my only advice at that is don't do it. Just talk with your girlfriend at that time about, look, I cannot take a child at the moment. Very important you say at the moment with that. But you're going to have to, you will start taking steps towards it, like, and also show them, or like bring quote unquote proof that you are taking set steps, like tell them like, I have appointments with a psychiatrist here, I have job appointments here, or like job interviews here. Like, show them that you are doing the effort, so that you also can show like, yeah, I'm not keeping you here like in the yes or no situation. It is a yes situation, but I'm working on myself to get in the best possible position I want to be before I take a child in. Sorry, side tangent.
Like, for
Probably.
Christ's sake, real women will allow you to spend your money on them, and you'll get something physical out of it if you're lucky. Don't waste your money on e-women. I can't understand it. But the point...
I will even make my point as very clear at that point, like, supporting someone financially at that point, because if you're gonna give them money for pictures or anything, it basically you're supporting them financially. Let's be honest. That's at in every job like that. If I have a job and I have a boss, my boss technically supports me financially because I am giving a commodity he wants. which is labor at that point. But you know, and if you get to that stage where for me, like, I don't even sub to people. I usually get them gifted to me because I don't really have, one, the finances now to do it, and two, I don't really do that a lot. Like, I pointed at a few examples where I have done it, but those are where like these were friends I knew or people that I was friends with at the time. You know, so I didn't. It's like me helping a friend out or just supporting a friend at that point, but then like taking the extra step to support them also financially.
Is that this is
If you're a stranger, I am very
it's
not
giving
inclined to do
millions
this.
of absolute losers false hope and wasting their time when instead they could be saving, improving themselves, losing weight, working out, doing whatever. Instead, they're wasting their time and money on women who are very cheap, like low-grade prostitutes online who are soaking up that money, which is not good.
Yeah,
And these
I
women
agree.
are, of course, debauching themselves for not very much money, which is not great. But then you get the sort of like mid-range ones, right? So this woman in Scotland, she was able to save up £60,000 because she makes something like, what was it, £5,000 to £6,000 a month, right? That's pretty good, all
That is
things
good.
considered.
That is very
right?
good,
That's,
actually.
that's a good amount of money. So she's making about 67k a year, something like that, because she's got TikTok. Right? So she's making a fairly good amount of money, and she was able to save up, I think it was £60,000, so she could buy a house, or bought a £200,000 house. Okay, well, good for her. But again, she did have to be a prostitution to do it, and she did kind of beat the spread because that puts her in the top 10% of OnlyFans creators. So you realise even to get a livable wage off of this it's unlikely for most women. So was it worth it? Is the question. But then you get the upper limit. So this woman bought a £700,000.
My point is also like, because this is where I would say, where I have no strong opinions about it when you're single and you do that. That is, at that point, you know, the entire your body, your choice kind of thing. Will it make things harder for you in the end? Maybe. Will it make it easier in the end? Maybe. Those are all maybes, and you do what you want at that point, you know. Anyways, I'm used anyways to people not listening to anything I say, to any of my advices here. So, but my point is, if I have a wife or a girlfriend that does this, this is an immediate part that I will say, like, if they do this, or if I know they do this, and we are going to like commit to a relationship, my thing would be you will have to give up OnlyFans. Like, that is a thing. I don't want you sharing your body with everyone that throws how much money at you. No, I don't. And a lot of women see this as like being insecure and all that bullshit. To me, it's just something. It's something intimate, and you only share that with your partner. Now, I've seen a few that have like at least a decent reason why they do it when they have a partner. Some of them even say they're forced into it, which is to me like, what? But it does happen. That is where I will not get to the point. Well, that is where I will not understand the boyfriend then, if they force their girlfriend to doing that. Like, I will not understand them at all. Yeah, we have financial straits and we're not getting out of it. Just sell your body. No. You're the man. Go get a second job. Don't care how much sleep you have. Don't care how much time you have for your family at that point. At that point, you get a second job. I know it's not gonna be easy, but at that point, yeah, that would be my opinion about it. I can say all this now because I am single and I have no job, so that's why I say this. But when I had a girlfriend, I was more than 3/4 of the times employed, working, and doing all the house chores the most of the time as well. Because I lived alone on apartments most of the time. So yeah, I was doing a lot of in and out of the house work, just so that my girlfriend at the time hopefully could do what she wanted. Hopefully. I think I told this story to like a few friends of mine. Like I had an ex-girlfriend, which my schedule for the day basically was wake up with her, send her off to university. I don't know the ages for university in like the Americans, but I'll just say like yeah, no, she was not a minor. So that just to get that out of the way already. And yes, she was allowed to drink even in America. So that is like the age range. It was a bit older, but still. And then my schedule was wake up with her, make sure we have breakfast together, go to school myself because I was following like programming. Then because she wanted me to follow a job like that because it had like a lot of future and it would have been better than whatever I did because it was not to her standards, let's say. So I tried to do that. Then in the afternoon I was home. I did like all the home chores with her mom and her brother at that time. We did all the home chores. We went to the shop. We did the cleaning. We did basically everything that has to be done in a house. Then in the evenings it was the, get her make her dinner. Well, basically make the entire family dinner, serve dinner, listen to a few of the stories she had. Maybe I had like an hour that I then spent with her, and then I had to go to my night shift at the post office, like the sorting office for the postal, and that was until like 4 a.m. Come home, sleep for 2 hours, maybe three, wake up because then it's her morning and it's breakfast and the entire thing over again. So it was basically a day of 3 hours sleep, a lot of energy drinks and cigarettes just to keep myself awake and kept myself going, but I kept it going. There's a specific reason why I quit, but that's just because something she said. That basically that was the last straw that broke the camel's back. But yeah, that was one of those times when I was like, it's gonna be a struggle, but you will have to fight through it and try to make your woman happy the best way you can. Would I say give away everything or do away with everything? No, you know, the man you at least need a hobby or like one or two things to distract you from the real world with, let's say. For some people that's gaming. For other people it's Warhammer 40k. If you have the money for both, do both. Just make sure everything is in your budget to do. And if it is in your budget and you and your wife both have like a hobby they can do and both are providing like the woman mostly with the children and with the household, but she can always take a job as well if she wants to. I don't think there's a lot of financial stress if you have like two people working. I will say the moment you add children to that, financial stress will go up, not only because you have a child, but also because your timetable will change completely. So yeah, the point I was making is if as a man I will ever tell my girlfriend to do OnlyFans, I would probably put myself in an isolation chamber because Or I will just have to admit to that woman that I never loved her because I would never be able to get.
Oh, $1,000. No, it was pound mansion. For OnlyFans, so she's obviously in the top sort of 5% or something. So now we see like this is like ultra high end prostitution. These in I guess days gone by, these women would have had to have flown out to some Arab sheik, allowed him to do despicable things to her to get this level of money, and be unbelievably hot herself. And now it's something that you can just do via the internet, and it gets worse and worse. Like this. So this woman is apparently, one of the 1% on it. I don't know who these people are, by the way. Just Paris Al Yang, I've never heard of. But she bought an entire block of flats for $7.5 million because she earns tens of millions of dollars every year. Like this woman apparently made $43 million, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Christian. God's very forgiving." Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Right. The issue is that prostitution probably shouldn't pay this well, and the issue is one of access. Right, millions of men should not be able to give one individual woman any amount of how many dollars it is a month in order to see her naked photos. Right, that totally distorts what the sexual marketplace should be, and it just makes everything demented. Like, it's just absolutely demented how she just buys, nearly a $3 million mansion farm from earning $72 million from subscriptions. Like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Why are we allowing this to happen? Like, this shouldn't be an option, and obviously this is demented because you can see why more than 1 in 10 American women under 30 is now on OnlyFans.
One, no surprise there. Two, what are we doing? Let's be honest, the moment they probably walk into this girl on the street, she is going to be a difficult person probably to deal with. And let's be honest as well, women know how to seduce a man better than a man knows how to seduce a woman. I'm not saying it's easy. Well, it is easier. Let's be honest.
Because they're like, oh right, so I can get ultra rich, like to an insane degree, like so rich you just don't even think about it. Like, I'm not a multi-millionaire, I'm not a millionaire. So it's like, this, and I work really goddamn hard. I'm not that. It's not that I'm jealous. I am jealous, but like, it just strikes me that it's very unwise to give prostitutes this kind of not just financial power, but cultural influence now. Because young women can be like, okay, what am I going to do? Well, I'm slim and pretty, so why wouldn't I just become an e-prostitute? Because I can cultivate an army of literally millions of simps, rinse them for money, and then just buy myself an incredible mansion or farm or block of flats or whatever it is. Like, why wouldn't I do this? And this is only possible because in the digital era, there is a platform that allows digital prostitutes to connect with digital patrons, punters, and soak up the money of millions of men while providing them the sort of facsimile of a sexual service. And it's like, okay, but we don't have to allow that, actually. It is actually possible for us to just ban OnlyFans. We could criminalize it. We could say, you know what, actually, that's not on, because that's doing something really weird to society. It wasn't really anticipated when the internet was connected. They would provide virtual prostitutes with the ability to just rinse tens of millions of really lonely men and live the most insane lives of luxury that one can possibly imagine.
I also don't think it was that anticipated that men would feel lonely. This amount of men would be so lonely at this time.
That wasn't actually the purpose of the internet, and that I think is probably going to be shown to be just bad for society going forward. And so actually, if we wanted to just ban this, I think a fairly good argument can be made for it. Actually, like this, we don't have to permit mass digital prostitution. Actually, this is not good, and it's really unwholesome, and it totally inverts the dynamic of where prostitutes, the rank in society the prostitutes held, because it used to be that actors and prostitutes were the lowest ranked people in society. They didn't make very much money because, of course, they can't have that many patrons, because things were in the real world. And then in the 20th century, you get the rise of the celebrity, in which, well, replicable media can be distributed, and suddenly millions of people know who this particular person is, making the pay of actors skyrocket. Well, in the 21st century, we now have the same with prostitutes. It's like, okay, but actually, we are elevating people whose entire business model is vice, and now the people who are virtuous are no longer anywhere to be seen. They're not the people who society holds up as a model of manhood or womanhood.
I would never call myself virtuous. Like that's a reach to call myself, but I would like to call myself at least a good man. Not a pretty one, just a good one.
Is that good? And like I said, I'm not trying to have a go at prostitutes, I'm not trying to go at actors. It's just, there seems to be something unnatural about this that probably has severe knock-on effects that I think we're going to have to be struggling with for quite some time afterwards.
Oh yeah,
so,
definitely.
like I said, maybe just banning this is a good idea. Maybe just saying, look, we're not going to have multi-millionaire prostitutes buying up all the real estate. Actually, again, I don't want to come across as too much of a stiff, but like, if there's just something about actually the insanely hot blonde landlady now being the slumlord over millions over the
Yeah, I can get that. To me, it would be more of I don't want to say like they're like dumb or anything like that. Like it's more like I wish that most of that do that know what they're doing. So yeah, I'm thinking about if they're gonna do all that, like if they're gonna own an apartment or like an entire apartment block. I hope that someone explains to them how that all works and how all those, like if you want to rent it out, how that is gonna work, how who has responsibility over what and what she should and shouldn't do. Like I'm not afraid of like having the hot blonde girl being a landlord or something like that. I'm afraid of having the hot blonde girl being an incompetent landlord, which eventually is going to hurt me and them. That is what I would fear more than just having the hot blonde girl being that. Also, yeah, I agree. There is like they can funnel too. As I said, one day someone will have to explain Sargon what girlfriend boyfriend experiences that streamers do. And I think he will probably understand when I explain it, but then
Gentlemen, in this episode of Bureau Files, I want to go over how I would properly defend the city of Jackson in The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2. Now, to be candid, I don't know if they refer to it as Jackson City, Jackson Hole.
Jacksonville.
I'm getting multiple mixed signals, and Google wasn't giving me a clear answer. Now, for context, I have not played the video game The Last of Us. I've just been watching the show. And at the time of filming this, I watched the new episode last night. And I watched that battle, and I thought, dang, finally we're getting some payoff with this boring show. But I thought the defense was pretty bad, and I think we could improve upon that. Spoiler warning, in case you care.
No, I don't care.
Now, I have been hate watching this show. For whatever reason, I can't stop. I think the casting of The Last of Us is atrocious with the obvious choice of Bella Ramsey, a girl that looks nothing like Ellie from the video game. I've seen all the pictures and comparisons, and I think, it just doesn't fit. I don't want to be mean to someone just because of the face they have. Like, that's not nice. I don't know the actress. I got nothing against her. I think she is the poorest choice possible for an Ellie casting. Also, if you're wondering why I'm wearing a headlamp during this video, it's because I couldn't find my usual microphone necklace. So this is serving as the microphone. And so with the poor casting and with a lot of the things that I noticed in the show, I have a hard time suspending my disbelief of this obvious sci-fi post-apocalyptic setting where there are zombies and people are trying to survive, and then they're trying to sell me on this 5'1" girl that's a badass now in season 2. Like, there's a scene in the first season where she's like fighting some dude. He's a jack dude. Like, I wouldn't want to fight this guy, but she gets him to tap and like with an arm bar, and I was like, that's not realistic. I looked at the stats on Bella Ramsey. She's like 5'1". She's probably like 5'1", 110 pounds. The dude she was fighting probably curls 110 pounds with one arm. So the suspension of disbelief, like just a gross amount of trying to sell me that, she's a strong girl power energy when it's not the case. It's just hard to suspend that. The fight scene between Ellie and that one dude in the first episode of season 2 is about as believable as Katy Perry being an astronaut. Okay? And for whatever reason, I just still can't stop watching because I'm hate watching. I did this with the Halo show where I pretty much just hate watched it, and there were a few decent things in it, but generally it just sucked. Now, when you say stuff like that, people start to be like, well, you just hate women, and that's not the case. Fellas, I love me the ladies. I'm like Ron Swanson. I love me a strong woman, too. What I don't like is lies. Weight class and matchup exists for a reason in hand-to-hand combat. You wouldn't have Conor McGregor trying to fight Jones. Just wouldn't happen, because Jim Jones would absolutely shred that dude. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? That was a terrible Conor McGregor. I'm sorry, don't put that in. It seems in the modern day, Hollywood will always try and make women seem much more scary than they really are in hand-to-hand combat. I'm not trying to be misogynist here, it's just there's a big difference. We're getting on the biologics side of things. There's also the whole fact with Bella Ramsey's physicality. She doesn't have that look of being a physical threat or being dangerous. Like, she looks like a 6th grader that's running around with Nerf guns. There's also choices they make where it's like she trades her boots for a pair of Chuck Converses, and then in season 2, episode 2, she's running around on patrol, horseback, also going through the snow in canvas Chuck Converse shoes, and nothing would happen because she would have frostbite.
Oh, good, you wouldn't belong getting frostbite.
I went to Finland and I tried to wear regular combat boots and 18 degrees and my feet were freaking killing me. You tell me this girl's gonna be wearing Converse around the mountains of Wyoming? I was livid. All right, now despite the obvious dislike I have for the show, the casting and many choices that they make with it, I do want to cover the defense of Jackson. And for whatever reason, HBO saying for Defense of Siege, they can never really hit the mark. The reason I like this kind of stuff is because there's so much cool potential with like stakes and competency and really just cool cinematography that people would enjoy, but with these shows, it's like they never deliver. I can understand why it sucks, is because it's like you have these nerds that are sitting around at like a coffee shop drinking soy lattes, and they're like, oh dude, in this battle, it'd be crazy if there was this thing. And it's just the dumbest thing ever. It's because all the soy they drink gets to their head. That was some serious schizo-maxing. You're welcome. To defend Jackson Hole, we have to have a good plan. Let's do a little MET-TC, or as you hip kids call it, Me-Triple-TC. Mission, defend Jackson Hole. I still can't get over if they call it Jackson City or Jackson Hole, because in the show, Tommy's like, Jackson Hole! And then they're all like, Jackson Hole! I don't know if they may be saying Jackson Hole or Jackson Hold. Enemy, the infected. Mainly sprinters with one heavy. Okay, real quick. Yet again, didn't play the game. From what I read, the zombie rules are like you can body shot these things. The infection is a cordyceps, so it's a fungus strain that takes over the host's body and tries to spread via bite. Apparently, there is no blood splatter risk of infection, so if you like shoot an infected and some of the blood gets in your mouth, there's no risk that way. And then there's really mutated things, the heavies, which are like pretty much borderline ogre-like zombies that are really hard to take down and require a lot of ammo. They kind of sound like grizzly bears when they're walking around. Terrain, a city/open snowy field. Mainly they're all coming from an open snowy field. Time, sometime in the morning, but there's a snowstorm coming in. Troops, Jackson regulars. Civilian considerations, women, children, the elderly. I don't know how many. I don't even know why I use the whiteboard considering how dog my handwriting is. Now in the show, the infection starts in the year 2003, and in the first season it picks up 20 years later. Well, in season 2, it picks up 5 years later, so it's been 25 years since the fall of civilization as we know it. Now, to give the city of Jackson some credit, on the outside looking in, it has some pretty substantial defenses. But if you look just even a little bit deeper, we can see a lot of things fall through the crack. And this is just from my perspective. Some of you guys that are way more militarily inclined will probably be like, yeah, that looks ridiculous. I can't believe they didn't have X, Y, and Z. The walls. So with the Jackson walls, we have 30-foot high, at least it looks like, 3-story high timber walls made out of local trees, all going vertical, lined up all the way across. We would quickly learn in this battle that those walls weren't that useful at all when they had to stack up against just one heavy from the infected. Insane. The reason I say this is because if we look at history, if you think, wow, well, it's the apocalypse, how could they even do any more than that? I mean, technically speaking, the fall of civilization and or certain types of living standards have still fostered great achievements from mankind. Granted, they weren't trying to be eaten by zombies, but if you have enough time and or security, you can build some pretty crazy stuff. I say that if you look at ancient civilizations building these massive stone structures, fast forward and going to the Middle Ages, they were still building castles with good defenses, moats, baileys, trenches, stuff like that to help disrupt an enemy coming at them. Maybe it took us some time to initially secure Jackson. We had to set up patrols. It was a constant kind of fighting, but then eventually we got the walls up. Now, once you get those walls up, it gives you some time to not have to worry about the infected slipping in, just like 1 gets in, bites your guys, 2 become 4, 4 become 8, and then it becomes a whole crazy thing, right? It gives a little bit more breathing room. If that was going on, then they should have taken the time to actually build up stone structures. I don't know the whole construction world, but if the ancient people can figure it out, I'm pretty sure these people could figure it out. Clearly, it would have been worth it and saved even more lives because just 1 freaking heavy broke through the wall, dude. What was the point if it just took 1 of those things? Thank God there wasn't 2. Now, I believe the whole attack on Jackson has to do with the fungus cordyceps hive mind type thing. Yet again, didn't play the game, don't know how it works, but from what I can infer from the show, they were like doing construction inside the city, breaking apart some pipes, and they discovered the fungus, and the fungus was like looking around doing the fungus thing, and so maybe it was signaling to the other infected outside of the city that were hibernating underneath the snow that this is where there was more meat to be found. And so those infected are going to come follow that signal. Those of you that are Last of Us nerds, fill me in the comments. Do your thing. So, of course, large horde that was originally chasing Joel and Dina through the mountains. So all those infected veer off and they start going to Jackson. That kicks off the whole defense of the city. Now, they did get some early warnings because on earlier patrols, it was hinted at in the episode that on their patrols, they came across like a whole bunch of frozen infected, and then more infected popped up from underneath them, so it kind of like put the town on high alert. And thankfully that happened because now their defenses were better than what they probably would have been because now everyone was more on edge. All right, let's talk numbers. In the show, the city Jackson, I was getting about 300 to 500 people based off my research. In real life, it says there's like 10,000+ people in town / 25,000 people in the whole valley. It's the apocalypse. People are going to die. Feels like from the show there would be more people than just 300 to 500. I bring this up because we'll get to some more theories later. So if we go the high end of that estimation that I got, it's 500 people in Jackson. I don't know if I like that. We can play with some different numbers. The reason being is of that numbers, we kind of have to think how many of those people are going to be the cream of the crop fighters. If I was a leader of Jackson, I would want to have some sort of dedicated fighting force where all they really do is focus on how to be as lethal as possible. It's not just about fighting the infected. They're worried about defending Jackson from living threats, which a theme of the show is like, are often even worse than the infected because what if, people are the real problem? Anyway, so typically with what we see with conventional militaries, you have a 10-to-1 of support personnel to a dedicated fighter, where you have all these logistics, mechanics, people doing food, people in radios, all this stuff, right? All filling in a role that help out and support one fighter so that one fighter, all they have to do is orientate and focus on combat. That leaves us with 50 dedicated fighters. That is not a lot. That's like a platoon and a half of dedicated war fighters to defend a city. Now, in theory,
Film theory.
They could be great force multipliers. If all they do is train, focus on combat, focus on patrolling, focus on getting out there and making sure that their area is safe, they can do a lot of damage. I mean, imagine a group of, like, say, 10 raiders stumbling across a 50-man lethal fighting machine. Those 10 raiders, of course, don't stand a chance. It would take a much larger force. You would always pretty much need triple the amount of well-armed and stocked and fed dudes to take on these 50 guys. And even then, if you were, say, another faction trying to come into Jackson, into that area, these 50 guys know the terrain, they know where to ambush you, and they know how to inflict maximum amount of casualties. So, just because they're 50, in theory, they're still a great multiplier. And these guys can also, because they spend so much time focusing on the combat role of things, they can almost act like your city's Green Berets, where with everyone else that has to do more logistical stuff, if it comes time for them to pick up a gun, like in the instance of the video, where you have to defend against a massive horde because then they need way more guns on deck, then they could have spent time, you know, the free time of those people that they have from their usual duties to train them and become more lethal. The nice thing is doing these numbers is pretty quick, so it's like, if you have 10,000 people in Jackson, you have 1,000 dedicated fighters where all they worry about is combat. In this instance, if there's a horde, we're not fighting a technologically advanced threat, we're fighting just a massive mob. And we need as many trigger pullers on the wall and or in places of strategic value as possible. So whereas, you know, before you have 50 elite fighting guys, now we can up those numbers to we have 350 trigger pullers. And then say the other 150 civilians are just, you know, little kids or elderly people that just, they would do more harm than good if they were out. So they're going to go shelter in place, which in the show, the plan was send them all down to a basement, lock the doors, wait for the all clear. So really we got 350 trigger pullers to work with. Now in the show, the tactic was trigger pullers on top of walls, and within the city you have trigger pullers on top of buildings. Everything was going great until that heavy tanker breached through the wall, and then it flooded the city, and then once they got into the city, they were getting inside of buildings. The buildings on top of the roofs weren't secured, and the infected were getting on top of roofs, and it was just a whole chaotic shit show. It was terrible. Like, no one thought to barricade the roofs they were on so they could just keep shooting the infected down low. Really bad idea, really poor execution. There was a whole bunch of other defenses that they need to have that would have really given them a whole nother edge. One thing that drove me kind of crazy was the whole fire drum thing. They built like these little almost catapults, little ramps on top of their walls that they would drop and then roll a gasoline drum off of, and it would launch off, land in there, they'd shoot a few rounds through it to get it leaking, and then they'd throw a torch and there would be a big firebomb and blow up the infected. I don't know if that's the most effective method for doing that. There's also a whole risk of now you have this massive fire explosion, you have a bunch of infected on fire, and they're all coming at your wooden walls. Also, I feel like in the apocalypse, if you're wasting good gas like that, that's a big bad idea unless you just have a whole bunch in reserve. If anything, I feel like a better method would have been using Molotov cocktails. You just light them, kind of throw them at your leisure. Here's one. Here's one. Maybe you can throw them a bit further away. It just seemed like a bad idea. And of course, where I'm going with this is that there was a gross lack of trenches. Here is the battlefield. We'll go Jackson over here, 30-foot walls, got our ladders going up. That's a thought. I don't know how to draw ladders, I'm sorry guys. Like, I don't mind the whole wooden palisade thing if it's like something you had to build hastily. If we look at the Battle of Alesia where Caesar besieged the Gauls, he built a big old fortress around the city, and then when he got word there was more Gauls coming, he built another fortress around his own fortress using a Roman legion. Granted, he had way more dudes, but still kind of goes to show how hastily you can throw together. So if you have like 25 years, I think you should have, you know, a big old stone wall with plenty of gun emplacements, way more firepower. So we got a 30-foot wall. This is like the flat view if we're looking like a cutaway of the wall in my terrible drawing. And then this is where the infected are coming from, down low. I don't know why they're so short. A little Bella Ramsey down there. The defenders are shooting down at the infected. They're launching oil drums, which they plan to shoot and light on fire. This is their plan. Everything's going well until it doesn't, and then the infected get in. Once the infected get in, they flood the streets. There was no fatal funnels. There was no way to channel the infected. They pretty much had carte blanche.
Yeah, they didn't have any better.
launch to run around the city however they want it. To me, this is a big sign of gross incompetence. You gotta think, okay, we have to have multiple levers in place, multiple kill zones, multiple fallback positions if this is going to work. Now, a fun thing about this whole scenario is that we have firearms. We have small arms, which is nice. We're not fighting the Game of Thrones right now with just bows and arrows and catapults and scorpions and ballistas and all that stuff. We actually have small arms. And we have all the tech that predates 2003, so we have a lot of stuff to choose from. Interesting thing to think about is all of the small arm technology development is pretty much cut off right at 2003. I didn't see anything that was too anachronistic to what would exist after 2003. To me, this is not the best use of a field of fire. Sure, you have a bunch of people on a wall shooting down. That sounds pretty nice. But what's really going on, you're shooting down at a massive horde sprinting at you. A lot of the small arms being used are kind of not ideal for the job. You got guys up there with like hunting rifles. You got guys up there with 12 gauges that are shooting from up high. If anything, I would want to think of really dialing in individual roles. So instead of having those little catapult things, ditch that. I think that's ridiculous. If you want to have fire, maybe lean into a Molotov cocktail, but it's still pretty risky if you're doing that with your wooden walls. You can have guys standing on these, just pretty much shooting straight down. As the infected swarm up on the walls, as they swarm up on the gate, these guys can be shooting straight down in and making use of pretty much like just absolutely ripping rounds into a whole horde. That way, it's like, okay, you can have better gun emplacements that can focus on the more distant shots, but once they kind of breach in close, if you're just scraping them off the wall, making sure they're not getting in, then I don't think that's a bad idea. I didn't notice if there was any frag grenade or anything like that, which would probably come in pretty useful, you know, just popping a frag, dropping it over the wall, frag out, stand back, but then again, it's like, could you be weakening your walls doing that? Which I don't think would be as bad on the walls as, say, like a continuous fire burn. The more you watch it, the worse it gets, and there's plenty of options to go about doing this better. I noticed in the show there was a lack of any sort of belt-fed weaponry. There was no like World War II belt-feds, there was no antique World War I guns, nothing they could have stole from a museum or anything like that that they probably could have had gotten by now for 25 years. Even if they would have had concrete bunkers around the walls in conjunction with the wood palisade, it probably would have gone a long way, because even if you don't have belt-feds, you can just absolutely rip into the infected. And of course you'd want to design them with the enemy in mind, where, yeah, you want them to take on the living and the infected, so you'd want to make sure the holes aren't these massive holes that infected could climb through. And there's probably going to be precautions there where you can, say, close those holes up in case things are getting a little too crazy. You know, maybe some sort of like gates or mesh or something like that, so you can help keep infected out. And that way, you're at the ground level, and instead of shooting down, where your rounds may not be as effective if you miss, as if you're at more ground level, even if you shoot low, those rounds can then skip up and still hit and cause devastation to the enemy. So I think that would be a much better option. On top of this, what there should be is that within the city, not just barricading of the top of buildings, but there should be fallback points and or barricades and bunkers inside of the city.
Yeah, a retreat plan basically. Like it's how you usually work with fighting, or how I do it in games, I'll say. The wall is the first thing that you defend, but you already have people in position for if you have a breakthrough, like let's say with this one the heavy gets in, then you already have a few gunmen ready there to immediately kill that thing and try to hold the hole that is being made in the wall. And from that point downward, you basically not only on the buildings, but you have like barricades set up where they have to like rush up again, and then you can shoot them from there again. Just like funnels, stop places, like no, but to be honest, they in a lot of movies they don't. That's usually what happens, like...
that have gun ports, where it's like every so corner of value you have a bunker throughout the city where people can fall back into, and there's elevation they can get up to, and that way you have this really secure like mini tower fortress within the city.
That is already very deep thinking. Like if you know that like in that morning, like that there's an attack coming, you can still have the women and some of the not too elderly at least make barricades with like just crap that they can throw in front of them.
That you can mow down the infected from with stockpiles of ammunition. Maybe even bonus points if they're connected via tunnel system. Really just making it impossible for the infected to leverage their mob mentality. Of course, a massive thing that we're missing out in the field is any sort of obstructions of speed to the mob.
Yes.
The mob is seen out in the distance and they run right up. Thankfully with HBO's this time, we get to see the battle. Yet again, there's like a snowstorm coming in, so it kind of obstructs some of the visuals, probably for VFX reasons, but at least this time we get to see the battle of the zombie horde. We get no trenches whatsoever, and I want to be opposed to a fire trench. If you're willing to waste the gas, why not put a bunch of debris, wood, logs, and have a fire trench, Because then these things have to run through that, catch on fire, and they start dying, as their health bar ticks down. There's also no obstructions whatsoever. Like I think, maybe even reverse wall slopes of some kind. One thing I was thinking about is like you could pretty much throw whatever obstruction you want out there, right? You could build little walls, you could build stuff like that to help break the waves that would approach. But one thing I'd want to keep mindful of is living threats approaching your walls. If there's a bunch of stuff out there that they could use for concealment and or cover, then it's kind of like you're shooting yourself in the foot and you have to fight real people. But that could all come down to, placement, logistics, stuff like that, where it's like your patrols and or dedicated military fighters already killed those guys before they ever got close to your compound, and then that defense is mainly for the infected. But I don't hate the idea of having even walls out there that help funnel the infected in. So it's like they have maybe even 6 foot, 7 foot walls that the infected can't climb over, and that way you can funnel the infected into kill zones. Like say this is a top-down view of Jackson right here, where this is the walls and everyone's shooting out, and then out here we have our trench. After that trench break, where it slows those things down, you then have these walls that funnel them into the kill zone of, say, towers with heavy gun emplacements. One thing I was even thinking of is technically cannons exist.
Tchaikovsky, no. Tchaikovsky, yes.
Tchaikovsky, yes.
Tchaikovsky, always yes.
Like black powder cannons, and it was stone walled with star fort, that would go gangbusters, because it's like a really sick vibe where you have like these revolutionary Civil War era cannons and everyone else also has small arms. The only downside is like if the cannons are all firing on a kill zone, the people nearby will get obstructed by the cannon smoke for a little bit, but I don't think it's a big deal. Like, I'm just thinking like grape shot or some kind of explosive round grape.
You technically could do like load the cannons below in the bunkers he wants to make. Load the cannons there. Have those be the first ones to fire. If they get closer, load grape shot. If they get even closer, try to swap out the cannon with guns, or just completely leave it or destroy it and leave it there. Like one
shot, that'd be kind of sick. But anyway, kill zone would be the move. All the infected start funneling in, and then there's the reverse kill zone depending on the walls too. So it's like here's a funnel, here's a funnel, here's a funnel, here's a funnel. So everyone on the wall can focus on a fatal funnel, and then if you have the people that can look over the wall as people get by, they can scrape those guys off the wall. A lot of wall talk. We're gonna build the wall, Jackson Wall! I said, the infected aren't getting in, they're terrible things, gross things. The people of Jackson, some of the most beautiful people I've ever met. The infected, disgusting, gross. I said, I don't like them, get them out. Joe Biden let in the infected, and I said, Sleepy Joe, you can't do that. So then we get on to the armament, and I kind of hinted at it a little bit where there was no
Joe
signs
Biden
of
must be
heavy
infected
weaponry.
all
There
along.
was no explosives that they had access to. If anything, the weaponry in the show was pretty bad. It wasn't terrible, but it could have been better. It could have been way cooler, too. Like having belt-fed machine guns, having some level of maybe explosives or 40mm grenade launchers, or maybe even AT-4, stuff like that. Now, that being said, maybe, say if there was an elite military unit within Jackson, they want to save that stuff. But if it's a horde like that, it feels like the explosives would be worth it for just really breaking up that crowd. Granted, they spent zero time upping the defenses more than just a wall, but it could help. I mean, if they'd like up the plan just like 10%, I probably would bet that that tanker doesn't get through. That's pretty bad, dude. Imagine spending all that time building a wooden wall just for one zombie to break it down. Embarrassing. Going back to the trench thing, Colton reminded me that they did have tractors that I saw on the show. They do have the access to machinery to make working on these projects not as tedious as just manpower. So there's zero excuses for there to be much better defenses, stone walls, moats, baileys, trenches, kill zones. If they had all that stuff in place, it would be like a boring episode because they'd be like, oh, there's a mob moving in. Okay, cool. Gets everyone into position. Mob moves in, they mow it down, and they have to scoop all the bodies into a mass grave and then light it on fire. That's all they got to do. It seems like a lot of the small arms mainly consisted of shotguns, hunting rifles. I could have sworn maybe I saw lever action. Then we have M4s and M16s littered in. We got M4A1s, and it looks like we have M16A1s with like A2 style handguards. Joel's brother Tommy was on the wall, and this is, I'm on a tangent here. Tommy is armed with an M14. Not only did he have zero recoil when shooting, but he was like the guy in charge. And in my mind, if you're the dude in charge running the show, you shouldn't be the one on the gun trying to rip off rounds and kill the infected. If anything, he should have passed his gun off, stepped back, done some Jocko leadership. Jocko talks about this all the time. Leaders aren't supposed to be on the gun, they're supposed to be observing.
I think they could have divided their guns as well. A bit more, like the ones that you see like with scopes, or the one that has like better range than just the automatic ones, or like the for at least bolt action rifles, because they usually have I don't know that much about them, but I think they have like they're more precise guns. They should be the ones picking out the real threat in the horde, in this case the one big guy, and start peppering him the moment they see him, not like wait until he is in the walls and they have to resort to a flamethrower to try and kill him.
And everyone else kill infected, and you can observe, hey, what's going on? How's my left flank? How's my right flank? What's the infected doing? How do we course correct based off that? I don't mind if he has a gun at all. I just don't think he should be really focused on shooting it. So if anything, he needs to like step back and orientate himself to leadership role. And he kind of got sucked into the whole gunfighter role. I get it, you want to defend your home, but if you're the guy calling the shots, you want to have your eyes up, looking and assessing what's going on. I will say the tactics of employing people on rooftop, depending on the level of marksmanship, trying to hit moving targets sprinting left to right and or at them is not the best idea. There was a scene after the zombies break through, they get into the city, they start hitting Main Street, Tommy's running down Main Street, like, guys, they breach, they breach. It's like, okay, there's a breach, you know, people on the wall start pulling rear security, and there should be elements in play where they are able to shut off the wall so the infected can't get up. But then you have Tommy running down Main Street, they breach, and he runs and he throws on a flamethrower, probably one of the worst flamethrowers I've ever seen. It looks like a weed flamethrower for like gardening, abysmal. And of course in the show he gets way more flame time than he should have with that tank, but I can say this because I have a flamethrower, okay? I think it's also a bad idea using a flamethrower like that within your city trying to stop a mob of infected, because it's like just 4 guys with flamethrowers and then the infected break through and then they all break. Like the flamethrower guys are like, screw this, and they run away. I can't blame them. If I had a flamethrower and I saw a mob of infected, I think I'm gonna kill all of them with just a rinky-dink flamethrower. That's not even good. And the risk of burning down your own city by using that flamethrower or lighting a bunch of individuals on fire that are running into buildings is a terrible idea. There were even some guys in the back of trucks down there, but it's like, what are you doing down there? If anything, if they want to be on ground level, I'm technically not opposed to it if they have things in place that can set up kill zones and break the speed of the zombies. And then what they should do is employ a formation where they can get all of their guns online. One group kneeling, one group standing, and one group in reserve to replace any group that runs out of ammo, and or people on hand passing out ammo to a unified group.
Yeah, I wouldn't be on the back of the trucks. I would place the trucks across the street so that they have to get through that as well. Because you can't find enough gaps for those trucks to to start shooting into different positions with it. So
group of rifles. That way you don't have any sort of separate ammunition you have to get someone. You got 30 guys down there laying down a base of fire. 3 rows of 10. And then you have your ammo carriers running around. Yes, this probably does sound like a World War Z reference. Before reloading, they can all get off 900 rounds. Now, I don't even think the zombie horde was 900. It may have been 500 to 1500. But if that's the case, in one volley, if they're landing all their hits, they're absolutely wiping out these infected. And if there's another group to help cover for them, and if there's people on the rooftops, they're going to handle these infected pretty quick. Now, it's not even taking into account potentially larger magazines. If they're using larger mags, say 60 rounders, or say they're using 120 rounders, like drum magazines. What's the rate of fire capability? Stuff like that. You can put out a lot of lead and kill a lot of zombies that way. But instead, they chose to be on the rooftops, and I get it, but it's kind of like, how good are your shooters up there? Are they able to land those hits on fast-moving targets? Because it's tricky. I'm getting heated, dude. I watched this episode and I was like, this is ridiculous. These people are idiots. I will say overall, amongst the individual fighters, there was a gross lack of any sort of tactical web gear. Now, I'm not saying I want these people to look like high-speed fighters because the world pretty much ended in 2003, but Alice gear still exists. Like, they could have some level of carrying more ammunition. The fact that they have nothing is crazy. There's also a thing where how come no one has any inclination of armor, given the fact that the infection spreads through bite? So something strong enough to stop any sort of biting, I feel like would be a pretty good idea. Whether it's you make chainmail, whether you make some really thick leather padded armor, I think that would go a long way. And then you can integrate your modern, maybe Alice tactical gear over that. Like, that'd be a pretty sick vibe too. Everyone looks like they're dressed for like a Patagonia outdoor photo shoot. No one is like, we're in fighting kit right now. No one has that vibe to them. I think I saw one girl that had like some kind of belt and some pouches that was handing out ammo. She handed a mag of 7.62 to Tommy, his non-recoiling M14 that fires a 308.
I don't know enough about guns to be angry about this.
One thing that I think they dropped the ball on is that world building, where you have these people in Jackson that are apparently supposed to be very competent survivors, masters of their environment, securing this area, making it safe, starting a new life. It would be cool if there was that element of like, hey, we have, the time to create armor. Let's integrate leather and chainmail together, or leather and steel plating, or leather and all this stuff together with our modern firearms if we have to take on the infected like this. That way, say you do get swarmed, but then they can't bite you whatsoever, and yeah, they swarmed you, yeah, they may hurt you a little bit, but at least you're not an infected zombie that has to get shot in the face after they bit you. So I feel like that would have been way smart of an idea. That just doesn't happen because they all want to look cool for, I guess, TV. Another thing that is not utilized that I think is a massive waste of real estate, the bayonet. For the sake of YouTube, this is not a real firearm. There was a gross lack of bayonets in the show. Tell me that don't make you feel cool. I feel cool. That may not be as good as a spear. It may not be as effective as a dedicated pokey thing. But you know what it does for me? Confidence. And it probably also works as stab in case you run out of ammo or things get hairy. I feel like it's a nice psychological booster to the guys fighting on the wall, or maybe they're down in the formation in the file and they're ripping off rounds. Oh no, a zombie's getting close. Yeah! Didn't even think so. Like, when I have a bayonet on this thing, I feel mean. I feel aggressive. I feel like a go-getter. Even if I run out of bullets, I can stab it. It's pretty gangbusters, dude. Looks cool. POV. You're the zombie attacking Jackson. Hell, maybe if those bayonets aren't as effective as they want, they can even make modified bayonets. Or maybe they got some M1 Garands with the older style bayonets or older guns with that, so it's like they could have that option. I think that would be a really cool sci-fi aesthetic if they could like make this really cool uniform of armor with maybe even different units having different style of armament. So maybe like certain guys are all up armored, but then these guys say have M1 Garands with these long bayonets, or these guys have trench guns with long bayonets, and I'm sure finding all these guns would be a hassle, but for the sake of entertainment, it would be kind of sick. Like, a big thing I noticed with the show is that a lot of the clothing all looks pretty fresh. And as it's 25 years on, there's not a lot of wear and tear. There's not a lot of patchwork jobs to these pieces of clothing to keep them going and useful. It's like in some cases, it's like they just found it in a fresh factory and now they have new clothes. And it's like, okay, I don't expect people that want to have raggedy clothes all the time, but if you're going out on patrol, if you're living in this stuff nonstop, eventually your clothes, your outfit on
Especially
rotation is going to wear and tear. You're going to need some more patchwork to it. Like, it seems like the resources of Jackson are pretty good. Everyone has ammo. They have gasoline to spare to use as an explosive or some sort of improvised explosive device. So it seems like they could have done some more and made it more interesting instead of just going with like generic, boring small arms. But it's okay. I gotta get let down, I guess. I will say, as far as the show goes, it was entertaining and fun to watch. But then all of a sudden, like, they kind of just won the battle. Like, Tommy's wife goes and releases some dogs, and it's like that's like the tide that got turned. Also, Tommy just had major plot armor during that battle. He's running around with a flamethrower, kills the heavy with a flamethrower, despite a whole bunch of people being on the walls and roofs with guns that could have just poured firepower at that thing, because everyone would have saw that thing and been like, oh, let me shoot that thing real quick. And then all of the guns turn towards it, start ripping into it with lead. You can only take so much lead before you just get like eviscerated. That thing would drop and Tommy wouldn't have to burn it to death with the worst flamethrower I've ever seen. And then Tommy's out in the street with just his pistol, not getting infected whatsoever. That was pretty bad. I was like, dude, how is Tommy just dodging all these infected? If anything, it kind of proved that maybe submachine guns might be the way to go in this world, where if you just have to body shot the infected, you can carry a lot of ammo with a submachine gun. You don't want an MP5 and a katana. Be sick, dude. Well, I think that does it for me. I wanted to talk about this episode and just vent.
I'm gonna have a look at clip of that I made. I'm curious what it's about and stuff, but I'm going to have a look at it. Roots are bullet resistance, it is a freaking line. Yeah, but bullet resistance doesn't mean bullet immunity. Like, if you have, let's say, 8 guns with full ammo firing at it, it will go down eventually. And if you have to calculate to had over 100 people at least with guns around, so I don't see it's. As I said, he shouldn't even have been there. They would have had to put up like a barricade with the trucks and then just pump the lead in everything that came close by. Keep your shooters on the roof if you want to keep them there, sure, and then the ones on the roof can take care of the brute that comes by, because he doesn't appear to be the fastest one. Doesn't like completely need to go to the other living up to the cost and stuff. Yeah, but you can see that they shoot him and that he is taking damage from the bullets. So I will say, if they wanted to make it one that looked immune, then they had to make him immune. Just that it bounced off the carapace and not have like these splatches of carapace or blood or whatever get off his body. So then it's the filmmaker's mistake, and let's be honest, filmmakers make mistakes a lot these days.
Well, back at it again, boys and girls. Pandora's box was opened, and we are on the verge of either penny-pinching every last dollar to afford the next poorly rendered, bug-infested game from our once-beloved studios, or to continually see the slow decline and collapse of AAA titles as we know it. Thanks a lot, Nintendo. Your greedy ass is the one that started this whole mess in the first place.
Greed is good.
To be fair to Nintendo, even if I don't want to, games have already seen an increase since a few years back, going from $60 to $70. And with the continuous conversation about GTA 6's price point going up to $100, people have already started to worry. Even so, after Nintendo's announcement for the Switch 2 and video game titles to be priced higher, much like the Mario and Donkey Kong series, see my Nintendo video here for more information on that, gave other studios an opportunity that they've been hoping for to raise the price on their own games, since some of them will have titles that will be available on the Switch 2 as well.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's not even just game studios now. Microsoft has already announced that they will be raising the price on their own consoles, controllers, and accessories going forward.
Oh boy, Microsoft.
The conversation about games costing more have been an ongoing one, leaving many frustrated in the lack of care some of these companies have for their player base. Enter in Randy Pitchford, the current CEO of Gearbox. I'm sure most of you are familiar with Randy here, but if not, how about a brief reminder? You see, Randy Pitchford is no stranger to controversies. The man's been involved in several during his time in the actual industry, like the thumb drive incident, where apparently Randy left a USB drive at a restaurant that not only had sensitive data about Gearbox's future projects, but also housed in not safe for work files with heavily implications that the material were underage in question. Here, and vice versa, Gearbox was served with a lawsuit, but later was exonerated by a counselor explaining that the evidence actually showed Randy's innocence. Another incident is when the VA for Claptrap accused Pitchford of assaulting him over a dispute they had about the voice actor receiving higher pay for his role. Ultimately, though, he did end up leaving both the role and the company, cutting all ties with them. And of course, we can't forget the composer, who was supposed to receive royalties from Gearbox after they used his music in some of their video games, but never saw a cent of it. Randy, apparently like a lot of other developers, CEOs, and art directors, can't seem to keep his mouth shut, often getting into Twitter spats with online randos or fans. Thus begins our current topic of today's video. You see, Randy Pitchford, alongside other Gearbox employees, were at a press event talking about Borderlands 4, during which an ex-user left a comment to Randy saying the following.
Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't gonna pay $80 and feed the notion of constant increase of the price tag. You are the CEO. You have say with the price when it comes to your publisher.
A lot of people can understand this guy's sentiment, so with the ever-growing number of annoyed and outraged gamers, you'd be hoping for the industry icon like Randy would handle this with the subtlety that is needed to help quell everybody's...
Hey, not my call. E, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starlight for the Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991, when I was just out of high school, working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen.
After a comment like that, the same user who first commented on Randy's post replied. Now, he did delete the original post, but he made another one soon after. The comment reads,
Deleted the second post because I realized it was a bit cringy. I played BO since 2009. Bought even Headhunter, DLC, Season Pass, everything since 2009. Real fan? Fuck off, Randy.
I shall be, but I will return.
As one would expect, Randy's comment was immediately met with backlash from gamers on X, reposting and commenting on his original post, sharing their frustrations and annoyance with his out-of-touch tweet. One could say that...
To be honest, I don't buy $80 games. I need to have a serious, and I do mean serious, good review from number 4 and pump $80 at least. Also, this is the one I'm watching. Give the channel a like, give it a like, give it a sub.
They were sharpening their pitchforks. Yeah, okay, I just let myself out after that one. Fuck. Now, I will be charitable here to Randy and say that he probably meant this more as a comment reflecting the idea that if you truly desire something, you do whatever it takes to obtain it. In this case, as a fan of Borderlands, you'd save up money, put some to the side after a paycheck or something from your allowance, maybe even sell some of your older games to get this one. But, and this is a big but, Randy has the wrong impression as to why this comment flies in the face of gamers. But before I go into that, I want to add in one more thing Randy did recently that adds to this controversy. You see, Randy shared a video on his X account the day after his initial post. This was a Gearbox panel that took place on May 8th during PAX East, where he was asked a similar question to the price of Borderlands 4. His response was a bit too long for me to share it the way I usually do. I'll leave a link in my description of this video of the post he made on X, as well as the whole PAX East video so you guys can check it out for yourselves. But essentially, he said he doesn't know about the current price of the game and where it will be placed at, mentioning that some of those at the top don't want gamers to be priced out of it.
Right.
He talks about the competing market of other games, the tariffs, and the increased cost of developing games these days. I don't know about you, but it sure seems like he's softly implying that whatever the game's final price would be, it'll be reasonable because of X factors.
There is no Carol in HR.
He also made sure to add that Borderlands 4 has cost more in terms of money, hours, and development than the previous titles. Now, I have heard that some people say that this post gives his original "You're not a true fan" comment a bit more nuanced, but I'll say that's a load of horseshit. The man mentions over and over again he doesn't know its price. He doesn't know? Really? No, he knows, and then he just casually drops that pre-orders will be available soon. He's been given a number, or at the very least a ballpark idea. There's no way he doesn't know anything with Borderlands 4 being released soon. I highly doubt this close to the actual release date, they wouldn't have actually already finalized the price tag. But, jumping back to my previous point I made about Randy having the wrong impression, and that is the fact that he believes in our current climate of the video game industry, Borderlands 4 is worth the potential high price tag. How often have we heard this song and dance from people in the industry before? Why are you attacking us? We've put in so much time, so much effort, so much money into developing this game for you. And I'm sure you have. Just like I know you know, gamers are very reasonable and sympathetic to those type of struggles. We understand the level of difficulty it takes to develop a game. The pressure some devs, artists, directors feel when the company heads are breathing down your neck. The crunch time and the extra hours you have to possibly put in. Most people are sympathetic because they understand how demanding a job like that can be. Remember, most average gamers work typical 9-to-5 jobs. They are typical blue-collar workers that work in construction, clerks, grocery, etc., etc. We want the end product to be
Some of them are trying to
as good as the studio presents it as. But if it's a poorly developed mess filled with horrendously awful characters and piss-poor narrative, then all that work and hours, or lack thereof, amounts to nothing. And now your company's reputation going forward will have that blemish on its name. Will some people probably still pre-order and purchase Borderlands day of? Of course they will. Borderlands, to many, is still a very beloved franchise.
Yeah.
However, its popularity has been on the decline lately. Borderlands the pre-sequel didn't do so hot after its release, neither did Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Both just fell by the wayside. And in Borderlands 3's case, it slightly did worse than Borderlands 2 in sales, but was pegged as the worst in terms of narrative, character writing, and humor. On top of that, outside of the Borderlands franchise, Gearbox doesn't have many games to its name. Remember Duke Nukem 3D?
Yeah.
Or how about Aliens Colonial Marines? Two games that fell completely. Some people even wrote articles about how Randy purposely ruined those games. On top of all this, even the most recent trailers of Borderlands 4, it doesn't seem like they've made many changes to the game's core gameplay since the original conception. There's definitely some additional mechanics, like the grapple gun and interacting with certain objects in the environment, but would that alone warrant a game being priced at $80? And that's $80 American. Boy, if you live in Canada, that's like 110 Canadian dollars. Why should I, a customer, spend potentially over $80 on your game when I can just easily play another looter shooter, like Warframe, First Descendants, Helldivers 2, which offer a wider variety of customization, exploration, missions, weapons? Fuck, you don't even need to use the same genre. Going back to the statements you made during Gearbox's PAX panel as to why the pricing of Borderlands 4 will be so high, you brought up the higher budget that was given for developing Borderlands 4. And I'm pretty sure you also stated that it was more than double than what was used for Borderlands 3. So sure, let's look at that. So, Bethesda just released Oblivion Remastered. The game was polished beyond belief, updated graphics, adding new features, new dialogue, while still maintaining much of what the original game was like. It charged $50 for it.
I'd buy that for $1.
The team behind Expedition 33, brand new game just released a couple weeks ago. Expansive world, multi-layered turn-based combats, gorgeous graphics, beautiful voice acting. You know how much they charge for their game? $50 fucking dollars. Bro, Astrobot, Game of the Year, was released for $60, and the team behind the game are still making more content for it. To add insult to injury, Michael Douse, a dev from Larian Studios, posted on his X account replying to someone who was talking about Randy's initial post. He wrote the following.
Inflation exists. We give inflation bumps, for example, to employees, and prices increase can make sense. But saying, we your fans will find a way, is gross, because it assumes your game is more important during a cost of living crisis than, for example, making it day to day.
Dowse would then continue to have a small Twitter exchange with the person he was responding to. But after that, there's not much else to say. After all this, does Randy deserve some of the hate he's been getting?
Yeah.
Probably. As for me, that's probably where I'm going to be ending it. There isn't much else to talk about for this subject. I've spoken about everything I can. We won't know anything else that develops from it until the actual game, Borderlands 4, is released and Gearbox is given the official pricing. From there, we'll just be able to look at the actual metrics of how well the game sold, and then actually look at the game itself, see if it was even worth a damn.
Yeah, it's okay, the game will be $79.99, so it's not $80. I'm not gonna look at this anymore. I've seen this and I'm not gonna see it again. I was there when basically she went over all the bugs and stuff, so that's my explanation for not looking at that anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna look at more clips and videos of that like I literally saw. I was there when basically the video was made, so. I should go back to the grind, but at the moment it's like I did that for the entire day. There's nothing really I can see why I want to play at the moment. Can I remove this from my list? There we go. Kind of ran out of things to do already. It's a little bit embarrassing. Just a little bit. Guess I'll pop in for a little bit more grind, I guess. I think I'm actually gonna call it here and see if I can raid someone today. And tomorrow I will not be farming in the mornings. I will be going for afternoons farms, like the entire. Because today I've done like another 8 hours of this, so. Let's go say hi to Mo. Tomorrow will be grinding for a few hours more. I want to level more of my phantom job, so we'll be doing that. Hopefully getting the weapon as well, so let's see if we can get that done by tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good rest of your time zone, everyone. Hopefully see you then and there. Bye bye.